Hi, Greg.
Hola, Craig.
Before we get right into it, Matt, with that little bit of info that I had messed up and relayed to you,
Mm-hmm.
do you want me to share that with everyone, or do you want that to be in character?
Your call. You tell me, boss.
'Cause, I mean, it was in your head.
It's your world. We're just living in it.
You tell me.
I almost feel like it would be more fun just let you keep that until you want to share it. Since it happened in your head.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Which, who knows, maybe that may happen with this journal reveal. Let me change this real quick.
Oh, I don't think I said anything yet for Craig. There we go. Sorry, Craig.
Adjust my volume. So who wants to give the recap for last session?
That was really good.
Yeah, that was really good.
Who did that?
That was me.
Wow.
It's a useless skill that has great comedic timing sometimes.
You did that with your mouth or whatever?
Yeah.
You didn't just wow.
Mouth noises. Yeah, incredible.
I'm just whistling, except inward instead of outward, and then just vibrating my throat.
Right, just that.
Yeah, it's the thing everybody does.
Yeah, everyone can do that, right?
I can't roll my R's.
That's a Texas thing.
It's okay. My R's are honestly kind of terrible.
My R's are just hard.
Well, there are certain words you should avoid saying.
I don't know. I feel like if anyone should do it, it should be New Hall. I feel like he had the most going on last session.
Ha! It's a gift for making noise.
I mean, I can. I don't mind.
Got him.
If what I can remember.
Go for it.
I remember all of my stuff, but I just may not remember what everyone else had going on.
Quick, gaslight him.
Because I also wasn't here for the session before that, so that's right.
That's true.
I'm trying to remember what everyone else was. Like I said, I know what I was doing. I'm happy to try and attempt, but I can't say it's going to be great.
Go for it, and we can fill in the blanks.
So we had started off essentially that morning. Everyone else kind of dispersed. While Dorina was still kind of just chilling at the house, sleeping off the crazy previous evening events. I'm trying to remember where everyone went. A few people had gone to the tower, I believe, or they were just leaving because the tower was the session before that. So you guys are just leaving. Um,
Yeah, they had gained access to the
Yeah, it was
library and the tower.
Dorith and Grant, I believe, had went to the horse stables.
They
And
got the horse.
while they were on the way to the horse stables, they kind of were talking about the journal, kind of doing some investigation, learned some stuff about um the God,
The
Hmm?
Magister.
the Magister. Jesus, I was trying to remember their name.
Alexi.
Alexi. God, I was thinking, I was like Alice. I was like, no, that's not right. Alexi, the Magister, personal journal about kind of stuff about their father and their mother and their whole existence and all blah blah blah, all that sort of nonsense.
I think it's Roy
They-
Dark's journal.
Yeah, technically the journal was
That's-
Roy
that's right.
Dark's, but it was very focused on Alexi's upbringing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then you had the other three in Houdini. I guess it's just the other two, Houdini and Drya.
Yeah, Tigger was
'Cause-
off doing
Yeah,
his
because
own thing.
Tigger's kind of at the house because womp womp work sucks. And they honestly, I'm having a hard time remembering what they were doing. But meanwhile, Darina was called, left a message. The Magister kind of left a little butterfly message that when she awoke, she was like being summoned to the tower because there was Alexi is pretty sure they figured out the problem to why what we were trying to do previously wasn't working, and so Darina being like, yeah, they'll be here when I get back. Went to the Magister, probably just barely missing the people leaving the tower. And so she went and helped them out do the ritual to capture a Niffin using a specific incantation that can call a known Niffin to a certain area. Um, ritual was pretty intense, and then through some both great rolls and not so great rolls on Roy Dark's behalf, managed to capture the Niffin of Roy Dark inside of a Niffin box. Upon which Darina felt very drained and then just decided to go back to the house after it's like, ha ha ha, because there was a lot of emotional stuff. And then also, Alexi might have the soul of their mother inside of them as well as their own. So that was fun to figure out.
What? No.
And then so just kind of with the day's events, even though she's only been up for a few hours, she's already like, this has been a lot today, and decided to head back to the house where she met up with just about everyone else. There was a horse in the house, and then some shenaniganery went down with the horse, and then I think we had just called it somewhere around there. We were either getting ready to like rest up, or there was. I'm trying to remember. There might have been a task. Now that I'm thinking about it, we might have had another. I don't know, but that's about what I can remember right now.
Fill in some of those gaps. Darina, or not Darina, Drya and Houdini went to check out the one known possible church in the
That's
city.
right. We did have a task. That's where the task was came in. Okay.
And they met with Atrox Merryweather, the druid cleric of the Wild Mother. I think I just put cleric in his sheet, but he's part druid too. And they had a bit of talks with him finding out that Aatrox actually hasn't really been able to contact the Wild Mother ever since they've come here. So they're going to attempt a communion tomorrow.
That's right.
With
It's been
the
like
help.
7 or 8 years since he's been able to.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, I'm like, that's right. I remember most of that now.
And then
Beauty.
also during their little shopping spree, Grant ran off to get a Dispel Magic Scroll.
That's
So
right.
they could try to remove the illusion placed on the journal, which they did succeed in doing. I think it was Durith who ended up doing that.
Hmm.
And that's about where we stopped, because I was like, I don't want to say things that I shouldn't say. Excuse me, my God. Ugh. I don't feel like we're missing anything. Does anyone else think of anything we missed? I think that's about it.
Did we mention that the church thing ended with like Houdini and Jiraiya asking Tigger to come with them for the ceremony thing outside the city? Did we bring that up?
Right.
Because that's what we'd be doing today.
I actually did kind of forget about that detail. But Tigger would love to join you guys.
Yeah. It's gonna make us stop at every breakfast taco stand on the way.
Another detail. Lady Vane wants to see the journal,
Mhm.
so she scheduled to have it be dropped off by Grant and Durith to one of her little minions. Pretty sure that's supposed to happen tonight.
I think so.
I think that'll be a good place to pick up from. You guys had like moved. You were like standing outside near the horse, right? When you dispelled this.
I think that's
Yeah,
where
we're on the side of the
Durham
house.
was, yeah.
I kind of stepped away.
We'll zoom in back to that scene. Everyone else enjoying some company, maybe getting things finished up for dinner, or maybe like an early supper. As we see Durith finish this dispel magic on the journal, seeing the fake cover of Wood Whittling 101 basically fade away. And as you had opened the journal up again, you could see that there's like intricate filigree like symbols all along like the cover on the inside in like silver ink. And then there'd be points where there are these like crystals on the corners that have now like crumbled. So as you open it up, there's like some crystal dust just like falling out.
Crystal dust.
How heavily would you go back over this journal? Or would you just skip right to that last page?
I'll probably start with the last page. Wait, let me rephrase that. So when I dispelled it, the whole thing changed, not just that page. To confirm.
I mean, if you opened it back up just to that first page, that first page would still look the same.
I mean, if the whole
One with
book
the
changed
tier
at
marks
all,
on it.
probably thumb it to the last page. But if the book stayed the same and it was just the last page, I'd just go there.
You start thumbing through this journal. Give me one more investigation check. You would notice it still seems to be in Elven.
Investigation. 16.
Okay. So as you're looking through this, you would notice about halfway through, some of the pages do seem to have changed a bit. Let me update this for you. If you look back at that disguised journal, it should be updated now.
Okay. What? Then... Oh, it's at the top. My bad. Remove.
Yeah, I added another like big paragraph.
Mhm.
Grant, you'd see him reading through this. I'll let him finish reading, but when he does eventually get to the last page, that weird encrypted page that didn't seem to be any sort of language,
Mhm.
you would notice that this last page is written in common.
Nice. I can read a bit now. It's magic worked.
So I think I'll go ahead and post that last bit in chat for you.
Yeah, you could break the fourth wall. They'll know what it says. Everybody else
Yeah, but they don't
read
know
it.
what else it says. Although this is pretty.
Yeah, Grant is probably just staring at the last page as soon as it gets there. He just like speed reads through it and probably just reads through it like 3 times before like him and Durith like acknowledge each other again.
Huh. I mean, to be fair, it really just says he's more evil than we thought.
I mean, honestly, Durith.
And he might have memories of Ravafina. Some inside knowledge. I don't know. He's casting beyond his means. A part of her might be like fused with him
Wait,
in
what?
some weird way.
That's what the other pages just said?
I mean, it alludes to it. Just says like he has knowledge of a conversation that she had with him, and then like a week later, she was put to sleep, and it was really suspicious. So it seems like, you know, Marsland and Carmike. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one, but
yeah, Carmike. I realized
okay,
I
cool.
I did the name of the theaters, and I was like, oh shit. Well,
I had to make sure. It sounds like they're getting suspicious. And then it sounds like something happened to them. So I'm thinking, she's somehow a part of it. Two souls, one body? I don't know. Is that a thing?
It shouldn't be a thing, but based off the little bit of information we had, I guess it's not too far-fetched.
Maybe she is her pinkies.
Oh, that's a gross thought. He has his mother's pinkies. That's a gross thought.
Yeah. That's where she resides.
Okay. All right. Well, let's game this out a little bit here.
Okay.
Lady Vane wants this.
Mm-hmm.
If she gets this, then it's like a green light for her, right? It's like that. This basically means it's go time for Lady Vane. I don't know if she'll remain as passively interested as she has been.
Fair. Will confirm some of her jealous psycho tendencies.
I mean, yeah, imagine feeling like you're the crazy one for years and then you're handed literal proof that you're not the crazy one. What does that do to a crazy person?
I don't know. We should find out. Or don't let her find out. That's maybe what you want to do.
Okay, now feel free to shoot me down on this, all right? I
Mhm.
understand this is maybe an overbounds and we're a team now, right? We're on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
What if
Okay.
we show this to maybe Drya? I mean, we've been trying to
Right.
turn her more in our favor. This may be the final push we need to get her fully on our side.
I hear you, but she still thinks the city moves. And how much of this is just gonna stay secret? I think just pushing the fact that she's stuck here like a prisoner might be enough for now.
That's fair, but
But
that could be dissuaded with a simple question. That's been my biggest fear. What if we bumped into Alexi and she just so happened to ask about leaving, and he's like, of course you can leave. And then everything we built up is kind of for pot.
What? What did we build up? She can leave.
What do you
One
mean?
less person to kill.
We need a person to kill. God, we've talked about this. Okay, we're trying to convert some of them. If Alexi is as dangerous as we think, and he's obviously as powerful as we assume, we may need allies besides just Lady Vane.
Yeah, but I figured, worst case, Lady Vane dies and we can just move on. Right?
I don't think you know how Lady Vane works. She will do everything in her power before she dies. If she dies, there's a good chance you and I are already long dead.
Look, I'm just saying, if it's me, you, Lady Vane, I don't think Dry is going to be the tipping point. We need another Lady Vane. But I mean, if you want, I mean, you can. I'm not.
I mean, I would very much like at least a blessing or an acknowledgement that it could be beneficial before I do this. Again, we are working together. But look,
I trust your judgment on this one. If you think it'll be worth it, go for it. If the time's right, you think it'll really kind of seal the deal.
well,
Yeah, my blessing.
we don't, that's kind of it, Durith. We don't really have a timetable to work with. This book is gone tonight. After tonight, we'll just be going off of our word in a book we found that we can't produce.
All right. Then
I'm just saying,
tonight.
as far as framing, hear me out. I approach
Okay.
later on tonight. Drya,
Right.
I found this strange book. I don't really know what to make of it or what to do with it. When you and Durith were off running in the tower, I came across it. It alarmed me, and I presented to her and see what she thinks.
That's fair. She speak Elven?
That's a good question. I don't know. Sylvan, at the least.
So we're just like kind of familiar.
Not really.
Oh.
Sylvan's kind of a different thing. But I don't know. Maybe I guess we could present it together. You found it, came to me, and then we came to her. I don't want to reveal our interactions with Lady Vane, obviously. I think that is definitely best kept a secret, but we could reveal part of this.
Well, maybe just give her the journal and she can at least read the last page. That's damning enough. And then she'll probably ask who those two people are. Maybe encourage her to ask, Alexei, maybe. Might be dangerous, but, I help her confirm her suspicions, him not being so above board. And are you just the cutest horse? Look at that horse face. Can't believe you won't let this in the house. Look at it. It's so sad.
Look, it's not my fault you failed to keep it inside the house and keep it happy, okay? You brought it out.
Earmuffs. And he covers the horse's ears. I'm trying to establish dominance, okay? They're like big dogs. They need a pack leader.
Starts nibbling on your collar.
A sign of respect, I've read.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I guess I'll hold on to the book.
Oh, yeah. Just present it. Last page, and then, need be, I can read Elven. You can bring it up casually. But let's just see how it goes.
That is fair. Okay.
That way, like, I'm kind of out, so, like, if you need it, I can jump in, but if not, then I can still kind of be in the dark, right? It can be your guys' secret. Build that trust. You get it.
Yeah, that is fair. That would sort of add to the motifs. Okay, all right. Worst comes to worst, I may draw you into it, but for now, I'll keep it as my suspicions.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm thinking of another phase of this. I mean, after tonight, the book is gone. She can't keep it, so... okay, we can make this work. All right.
Yeah, maybe you just, like, transcribe some important bits.
Not really my strong suit. I can at least copy the last page. I can do common pretty well.
That's fair. I mean, it's something to offer at least. But, I mean, she might ask why we won't have the book anymore, so maybe think on that.
Yeah, maybe the horse ate it.
Okay, well, let's not just set bad expectations. She's already not allowed in the house.
I'm kind of on a bit of a roll with good ideas. All right, I'm going to go try something real quick for supper. You hang out with horse.
Yeah, I don't think I can get my collar back.
Grant heads on in to keep on prepping for some dinner.
Dareth plays his lute for the horse.
Just for fun, give me an animal handling.
Swear to God, if you embarrass me for all my friends. A 15.
Nice.
I mean, the horse is chilling. Doesn't seem bothered by the music.
You don't have to
kind of
pretend.
staring at you like that's interesting.
You'll learn to love it. Plays it louder.
Grant heads back inside. What would everyone else be doing?
Yeah,
It's that same day, right? Have we rested yet, or is it still
Same day?
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's probably like 4 p.m. at this point.
Honestly, probably just chilling out in the house. Probably like just sitting on the like living room couch or something. Karina's like, eh.
I'll move you down.
Doreena's watching football.
It's water polo, actually.
Doreena's watching national water polo. It's early in the group stage. It's going to be a great season.
Just watching Mage Tower reruns.
Mage Tower highlights.
Mage
Yeah,
Tower
right.
highlight.
Griff's my favorite.
Alternate universe Brett, professional Mage Tower player by now.
I do really like the idea that there's like a sort of broadcast network of like crystal screens or something, but like they're really expensive. But that may
That's why
have
you got to
been
go
one
to
of
the
the things
tavern, the sports tavern.
that may have been one of the things that was also left here in this house. So it's also very strange that like they'd leave something so expensive along with all of the furniture.
It's like those
Yeah.
abandoned mansions. Houdini and I aren't back yet, right? So
I think you guys got back like just before or
Yeah.
just after Dorina.
I believe you saw the horse in the house.
oh yeah, that does sound right.
Yeah.
What time of day is it? Evening?
Oh, it's about
Yeah.
4 p.m. Yeah.
4 p.m.
Getting into evening.
Late afternoon.
Evening. I mean, immediately I think Drya and I assume Houdini are both talking to Tigger, so then we'd probably get caught up in a conversation where he like talks about what he did all day.
Yeah.
I think we
At
determined
first I saw
that-
this squirrel and I chased it around a bit.
I think we determined that we weren't gonna ask Dirth and Grant because they didn't seem like they would want to do that. So
Yeah, and we decided not to ask Dorina because she's always busy.
yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah, I'd love to help out with this communion. Never actually done one myself.
That's good. I think like you guys are gonna have a lot in common, so that seems like good for like communion-y things. Seems like.
Are you guys in the kitchen talking about this while I'm on the couch?
I imagined it was Tigger's room, but I guess
Okay.
wherever he was hanging out, which could very well be the kitchen.
I'm just curious if there's any chance I can overhear this.
I think we would try to be a little more discreet since we are only inviting some people.
Okay.
What's your passive perception?
18.
Oh,
Yeah, I think if you guys are like hanging out in the dining room and Dorina's over there, you definitely overhear that with an 8. Well, give me some give me some stealth checks.
Yeah, if
Maybe.
they beat
for us.
Yeah.
because she's not necessarily actively listening, so she's just kind of hanging out.
Dirty 20.
Oh my.
Nice.
17.
Maybe you'd just barely pick up something if Houdini says anything, but I don't think you'd hear Drya.
I'm hearing like half of a conversation, like not even half. I'm hearing
third.
like a third of a conversation, and I'm like, I was just curious. I'm not gonna do anything about it, but I was just curious if I could hear because I might do something about it without. We'll get there if it comes up.
I imagine then Tigger would be like, well, if we're going out that gate, then we could hit this taco stand, and I think this one will be open that early. I imagine that's kind of where the conversation has drifted to at this point. She
Yeah,
agreed pretty
probably.
easily.
Like communion should be done maybe more so under a fast, Tigger. I just personally, but if that is what you
Fuck.
desire, then maybe we can accommodate. But I do believe we have to be there pretty early.
Well, but
Sunrise is what we agreed to.
I'm a turtle. I'm kind of slow.
But we will just have to get up extra early then.
Oh, we could have like a sleepover. Wouldn't that be fun?
I mean, I have no problem staying out under the stars, but how does Kiba feel about doing that, Tigger?
I mean, Kiba usually just sleeps wherever. I mean, look at her now. She's like underneath or like on one of the shelves, just passed out.
It sounds
Let's
like
see. Sorry, I'm not interrupting you. Please continue.
well, it sounds like we might be having ourselves a camp out then.
That's not even what I meant, but a camp out sounds like super fun. And she's gonna pet the cat. Looks like it went well. So that's what I was wondering.
Oh
If
yeah,
she's any good at petting cats, because they can be temperamental.
Kiba's loving it. You pull your hand away, it does the thing where she paws at you like, no more.
So should we go tonight, like after dinner?
I mean, if it'll cut down on our time, I absolutely make it so that Tigger doesn't have to worry about getting there. We don't have to wake up super early. I mean, still at
Yeah,
sunrise.
Tigger, and we can get like breakfast tacos on the way back in.
Yeah.
Wait, so we're not eating?
We're eating dinner.
Yeah, we'll have dinner.
But no breakfast.
Breakfast after the communion.
Yeah, like delayed breakfast.
Oh.
You already agreed, so you can't back out. Okay, I'm gonna go peck. She skips away.
Ooh. Sure, Rhythm's just hanging out in your antlers. Just can feel your excitement.
hmm Oh man, it probably makes her like worse at lying now.
Yeah, if anyone like is really paying attention, Rhythm can be a bit of a tell for Dry now.
Potentially, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to roll some animal handlings whenever I do a deception check. But yeah, she'll rush up to pack things, decide which outfits to bring. I know it's overnight, but like that's what she would be doing.
Mhm. Grant, maybe that's when, as you like walked by, Drya leaves to go pack some stuff.
Ooh. She's heading up to her room. I guess I'll loosely, vaguely make my way up there. Maybe 5 minutes after she goes up.
Whistling non-suspiciously.
Maybe as you go up the stairs, you see like a little bit of sparkles left from Rhythm. Not like something crazy, but it's like, okay.
Yeah, Grant would go up. Dry's door closed, open?
What would Dry do?
It's off the hinges next to the door frame.
Sideways. You have to step over it to get into her. I'm just gonna do, because I can't decide. I'm just gonna do this to see what her habit is. Looks like she normally shuts it.
You'd hear a very light knocking on the door, very softly.
From your side, you just hear like some humming, but like the key keeps changing. I don't think she's the best singer, but she's enthusiastic. But she'll pop over, open the door.
Hey, Drya. Could we talk real quick? Just in your room, just real quick second. I have something I just have something I need to get off my chest.
Okay. I mean, sounds like it's gonna take more than a second. She's like ushering you in as she's closing the door behind you.
I guess maybe. Look, you know when we were in the library, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I came across a strange book in the library. Had to employ some magic just to read it. I don't speak
Wow.
Elven very well, so it was kind of a whole thing. But I found this book. And I'll pull out the journal. And I don't know if you speak Elven, but
I do.
you do. Excellent. Here,
Mhm.
and he'll hand over the book. You'll have an easier time reading it than I did, but it's I'll before you read it, it's a little troubling, possibly disturbing.
I didn't mean to show to players.
I don't see
Quick, read
anything.
it. Quick.
I don't see anything either.
Okay, maybe it
It just
maybe it
popped
didn't
up
do
for
it.
me
Yeah, I didn't see
Oh.
anything. I didn't see anything.
because it's in my journal.
I guess that makes sense. That's good to know then. That if it only shows. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it says
Continue.
you see it. I mean, we've talked about it out loud. It wouldn't be a big deal.
I mean, it's not the biggest thing.
But Grant will hand over the journal and give her time to read it. And he'll just patiently hang out in the room.
So you don't know Elven?
No, I don't. Funny enough.
Oh, then like, how did you read this?
Like I said, magic. I don't have much of it myself. Had to buy it at a shop. That's kind of strange.
Wow, that must have been expensive.
My curiosity couldn't be sated. I had to find out what it said.
Well, you're kind of silly because I know Elva. I could have just helped you, but that's okay. Like, why are you showing it to me now?
I mean, we just found it not long ago, and it was concerning. I honestly didn't know who to go to with it first, and after heavy contemplation, I decided to show you. I wasn't sure who all I could even trust with this. It's incredibly sensitive information. I can't imagine that Alexi would want this getting out.
Oh. And maybe up until that point, she was like half packing if she talked to you, and like you hadn't heard the journal, and she set it next to her, and then just kept talking to you for this little minute.
Mhm.
But once you say that, she like kind of stops what she's doing and picks up the journal and starts reading it. So I'll need a second to read this.
I'm just curious. Grant, what's your passive
Just kidding.
perception?
Grant's passive perception, it's piss poor. Let's see, where's I'm at a 13 passive perception. I am.
I think that would be enough right now, and because like Rhythm's still fairly new, you'd see Rhythm like also go still as Drya's like interest got piqued by that.
While Grant is in here, he's going to take off his coat, and he's going to strategically leave it somewhere in this room.
Are you trying to do this sneakily?
No, I mean he's painting it as like, it's kind of hot in here, and he just takes off his coat. He's gonna just stick it somewhere, and his plan is to intentionally leave it behind. Nothing of
Okay.
value, just his kind of black leathery trench coat sort of vibe.
The Matrix.
I take off my all black sunglasses as well.
Every time I read Niffen, I just think of like Danny Phantom, like going ghost. It's like he's gonna nip it out. Do, do, do.
Gotta catch Mouse, he's Danny Phantom.
Did I ever show you guys like a clip of what it looks like in the show when you go Niffen?
I've seen it.
I'd like
show.
a reminder. That sounds good.
It's pretty rough.
I'm like just too high for like reading this. I'm trying, I promise. Okay. I finished. I did it.
Okay.
Um
Oh yeah, that's a good gift. That actually is perfect, Matt. Thank you.
Got you.
Yeah, it's not fun.
so does Dryad know like who any of these people are beyond Alexi? Because she's not even from this area.
You would recognize the name Saffron.
And
That was the little girl who was going around collecting rent.
she just looks like a little girl, or she's an actual little girl.
Well, she's an elf, and I like the like idea that like they're considered like children as elves till they're like 40 or 50, but like they're like mentally 26.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I mean elves live till like what 200.
Yeah. Dryad just sort of like finishes reading and then looks up at you like with a stunned expression, but also a little bit confused.
Yes, those emotions I felt similarly.
So, I mean, I don't know who like all these people are. I mean, I recognize Saffron, but does the journal say who wrote this? Like, is there a part that says like this journal belongs to so and so, or like a label on the front?
Yeah, it would have had like Journal of Roy Dark, Fall. Fall Heal. That's what I named him.
I'll heal. This is like making it sound like Alexei killed some people.
Exactly. Doesn't even sound like he killed some people. It sounds like he's planning something even bigger. I don't know what, but he's trying to hide whatever it is.
I wonder what this curse thing was. That they're glad Alexei didn't get from his mom, I guess. Their mom.
Yeah.
And this like experiment thing, that sounds bad.
I believe this is how Alexei has the power that he does. The extra digits that he has to manipulate the weave. I think this is a manuscript of it, essentially.
Whoa. That's a crazy idea that like having extra fingers could do that. Like who even came up with that? How do you imagine that?
I'd imagine the only people that could imagine something like that are the power hungry, the desperate for control.
Oh, so I don't even know what to do with this. Like, this is really serious.
Yeah. I wasn't exactly sure either. But honestly, I didn't want to face this without friends. Didn't want to have to decide anything on my own.
Oh man. No, that makes sense. I mean, like getting like a second opinion and whatever. That's smart.
Grant, you'd probably hear the little like from Rhythm, but Drea, you hear like "Mama scared."
Mama's very nervous. She like pats the wings. Pat pat. If that 19 animal handling from earlier means anything, it should be
Oh, yeah.
nice.
Very comforted by the pats.
Pat pat. And I guess like that kind of comforts me too, doing that. Okay. Well, we have to like think about this. What do you even want to do with this? Like, isn't this like kind of a crazy thing to be carrying around?
Yes. Quite honestly, I'm contemplating destroying it as soon as I can. I don't think carrying this around is going to do us any good, but I needed someone else to see this. That way, if anything happens, I at least have you I can fall back on as support, as a teammate.
Well, anything happens, like what?
I don't know. Look, I know a lot of things, but magic and how it works and the grander schemes, I am at a loss.
Yeah, I mean, magic is like a whole beast. But well, thank you for coming to me. That means a lot to me, and I'm here for you. Like you always here for me. So if you ever need anything in Elven, you should come to me first instead of getting scammed by a shop. I mean, that's scam. Like it worked for you. But, like you don't have to do that.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. I also wanted to get your opinion. Should I let Durith know about this?
Dirt.
I mean,
Oh, why dirt?
besides you, he's the closest thing I would call to a true friend in this group. Him and I have traveled together sometime.
I almost want to make you roll a deception on that one.
You tell me, God.
You've been doing so good dancing around the truth, but that I feel like is just a straight up lie.
Part of it.
I don't know.
Part of it is definitely a straight up lie. Gareth is the closest thing that he would consider a friend besides Drya.
That is true.
But again, he is lying.
With that
Gareth
wording
knows
of
about
closest
this.
thing he would consider a friend.
Thank you for being.
I think both make a lot of sense. You tell me, deception check or not?
I'm gonna make you roll a deception there. You've been doing so good until that one. That line like triggered me. I was like, hold up, what?
A 21.
Damn, dude.
My passive perception is 12.
Close.
Are you a druid?
No.
No?
Warlock.
I'm a warlock.
Oh, I thought you were a druid.
I know, I feel like one, but I'm not. All of my characters feel like different classes than they are.
Yeah. Very good friends with Durith, apparently.
Well, Durith and I did like have a fun time walking around the tower and like talking about the Feywild and stuff. So, like, if that's what you think.
Okay. I'll let you know if I do decide that. Though, of course, I do think it's best if we keep this information at least between us for now. I don't know what this means, but I honestly don't want to alert everyone to what's going on.
Yeah, because this makes it sound like Alexei kills people who know.
Exactly.
Which means anyone we tell is put in danger, which means like you put me in danger, but also that you knew I could handle it. So like that's because we're friends.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, well I'm going on a trip tonight, so I'll just like brainstorm while I'm out, and then like let you know what I came up with while I was gone.
Right. I think that's an excellent idea. When are you guys leaving? I could try to have a little, trail mix ready, something to at least hold you guys over. I don't want you doing all this on an empty stomach.
Well, we're staying for dinner for sure. And like trail mix sounds great. I know like Tigger's gonna want some.
Of course, that makes a lot of sense. If Tigger's going, it's going to be a big batch. I better go get started on that. I still have to wrap up stuff for dinner. But Drya, thank you. Truly, thank you.
Well, of course, thank you for being my friend and like making us dinners and stuff all the time and listening to me talk about you know who.
Right. I'll leave you to it. Grant will slink out of the room. Shut the door behind him.
Slink.
Just to confirm, you didn't grab your jacket, right?
Nope. It's in there.
Not entirely sure what you're doing. Might have an idea.
It's a multi-purpose jacket. All right. Grant will make his way back down to the kitchen, continue whipping up some grub, and then start up on some trail mix.
Snack. For our night trip. It's not a day trip.
Scary.
Spooky. We're just gonna perform a religious ritual tomorrow, okay? It's something weird.
Yeah, that doesn't sound weird.
All the things that parts of this group are doing, yeah, a ritual for a god is probably the least weird thing we're doing.
It's also like the most innocent thing so far. Or wholesome, I suppose is what I mean.
We'll see where your prayer ends up.
Is there anything particular Houdini would be doing while that conversation's happening upstairs?
No, I think that I
Yes.
mean I think that he would just be sitting there at the table with Tigger, just kind of waiting for Dryas so that they could hang out or
Just
head
pans
out.
to Houdini in the corner of the
You don't need to pack
I heard.
anything?
No.
He doesn't. He carries everything. Like he's pretty light traveler.
Mhm.
So
Tinker's like, look, I taught Kiba a trick. Roll over. Kiba just lays there.
Don't. I don't think that. Good job, Tigger. Good job. Very nice. Yeah, I think that he's just waiting so that they can head out.
Well, we're having dinner.
Waiting to see what goes on for dinner. Just waiting.
Dinner. What is going on for dinner?
I was just about to ask that question. Does Matt have an idea?
Tonight's dinner, it's probably gonna be like a pot roast, and it would probably have the general reminiscent feeling of the wolf roasts and like pot roasts that Grant was making on the road. But he fully utilized the kitchen this time, so it's very full of proteins, extra veggies in there, good seasonings. He made some of these essentially rolls. Probably also made biscuits as well. 2 different bread choices. There is probably a salad option for those that don't want any of the meat, because it's mainly just a big stew meal for everyone. And then after that, it would probably be some pies. Very similar to our double birthday. He would probably make some of the favorite pies that people liked and just make 3 big pies of the 3 flavors people like the most. And then once all that's done and the group that's heading out for the rituals getting ready to go, like a mom giving out school lunches, Grant gives each of them a parchment sack full of trail mix, and Tigger would get 2 parchment sacks full of trail mix.
Kiss on the forehead. Aw.
Have a good day at school,
I'll
Poopy.
betray you, and I'll betray you, and I would never betray you. You're my favorite. Mwah. Yeah, Dry would be like, oh, thank you. All that.
Anytime. Hey, you guys, you be safe out there. I know you're not going too far out, but keep your heads on a swivel. Look out for each other.
I mean, we won't even be leaving town, really. I'm sure we'll be fine, Graham, but we'll be very safe and keep a good eye on each other.
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna have. Oh wait, no, he won't be there till tomorrow. So the 3 of us is like a good amount.
Well, I mean, there's 4 with Kiba.
Okay, yeah. Probably already munching on some of the trail mix, giving it a try.
Oh yeah. Or he stuffed a big handful into his mouth.
He's beetles for the protein and the crunch.
Like croutons.
And dry as, yeah, there's probably candied beetles, but not in the other ones.
Mm.
Well, I mean, I don't know. with this group of 3, I almost feel like all 3 of them would enjoy some beetles.
I suppose that's true.
We got a
and
bird, a turtle, and then Jiraiya.
I know, it's Raya.
And a dry.
Grant, being the manipulator, would probably only put them in Dryas still, knowing everyone
Yeah.
would pick them.
Yeah.
I'd probably comment on them like, oh, that's a perfect touch. And we finished dinner. Did we say that? Or did we get the trail mix before dinner?
Trail mix was after. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah, we
imagine
can kind of speed through
dessert
dinner
was
unless anyone has
served.
something that they want to do during that.
Not particularly.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured, but just making sure. You guys got your trail mix.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's got their bedrolls and stuff ready to go.
Mm-hmm. We get out there, we don't have a camping permit. They send us back.
So have you guys already left the house then?
I think we're on our way out the door, was what we were just wrapping up. Was there
Okay.
something?
We present up at dinner. Imagine we'd all be there.
So I'm not gonna say anything, but after you guys leave, I'm gonna try and sneak out. I'm gonna try and follow you guys. I'm gonna turn into a weasel and try and follow you guys.
It'd be super easy, like
I
getting
caught
past
some kind of wind as to what was like. It's more out of curiosity rather than like, what were they like? Did I hear? So yeah, I'm gonna turn into a weasel and try and sneak out.
I know Jiraiya's got a 12. Houdini, what's your passive perception?
Let's see.
I was gonna wait for them to leave.
Yeah, I know, but
Okay.
like I'm thinking about I'm skipping forward a little bit, like as they leave during
okay.
the following process.
Yeah.
I am gonna make it.
I'll-
I'm just trying to get numbers right now.
Yeah, and I'll roll a weasel stealth. I'm not
Yeah,
afraid.
I was gonna ask for that.
Weasel stealth.
What's your number, Houdini?
Got a 16.
Nice.
16. Okay.
21 for weasel stealth.
Dang.
Weasel stealth.
If I need to roll a perception to try and like track them or something, I can do that as well. Or survival or something along those lines.
Do you have night vision as a weasel? Or dark vision?
So I do not. Or the weasel does not, but I might. Because
Do
it's
they get
wild
anything for like?
shape.
Yeah. Do they get anything for like smell?
Yes.
Since
they do.
you're gonna wait like 5-10
Yeah.
minutes after they leave.
They get advantage on hearing and smell.
Okay. And then Grant said what was yours? A 13 for passive?
I was gonna say, like, as far as getting past Grant, he would have to be the easiest because as soon as they're gone, he is immediately back in the kitchen to clean up.
What's Durith at?
14?
Yeah, so you guys just Dorina just disappears after a while after the rest of the group leaves.
She's probably up in her loft.
That would make the most sense. So since I don't think my dark vision carries over because it's a physical trait. However,
No,
I do
but
have the
they've-
advantage with smell and hearing.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a survival advantage since
Okay.
I feel like that trail mix, freshly cooked trail mix, would probably be easy to follow the scent of.
Okay. And the good news is because it's a mental stat, I get to use my own
Haha.
because druids are fun. Survival 23.
Oh, it doesn't take you long at all. And being a little weasel guy, you weasel gal, you can very
tiny.
easily, climb up on some spaces, follow that scent. Within no time, you're trailing behind him by 15 feet.
Mm-hmm. And I can be in, let me see how long Wild Shape lasts for. 2 hours.
I was
How
about to
long
probably a
Wild
couple
Shape?
hours.
Yeah. It's half my druid level, rounded down. So, 2 hours of being a weasel.
You would see them headed towards the west gate. It's nighttime, but just in case, are you guys making any stops along the way?
Hmm.
No.
I wasn't thinking of any.
Yeah.
Tigger'd probably make a stop at some late night enchilada stand or some shit.
Yeah, more snacks.
But if I'm not going to eat tomorrow morning, then shouldn't I have more right now?
I gotta save it away.
But I mean, Grant gave you two containers of food there, Tigger. I mean, if you really need more, you can always have mine as well.
I already finished one of them. It's been like 20 minutes since you guys left.
It's really good. It's better warm.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
But no, I don't think so. It doesn't sound like. I mean, we're not expecting any fights, so it's just a casual camping trip at night outside the city for a magical ritual in the morning.
God
Standard
helps that
stuff
roll for
here.
initiative.
Need to see them make their way or get to the gate after one or two stops for some extra snacks for Tigger. And then they'd head outside. How far outside the city are you guys trying to go? Like, are you just literally hanging like right outside the gate, or like would you try and get like outside of the illusion sphere? That doesn't extend too far past the gate, but it's probably another like 200 feet at
I guess
least.
I imagined outside of the illusion sphere. I forgot the place is illusioned, so.
Mm-hmm.
Does Houdini have any objections to that?
Are you gonna follow them all the way till they like make camp?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep following them.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
You can see them get past the illusion sphere. Are you guys just hanging out like right outside it, or are you gonna go a bit further?
I mean, probably fine. Like stopping exactly as soon as we get out of the illusion sphere is not what I imagine. I imagine we step out and like look around. We're like, okay, maybe that outcropping over there or something like that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Especially with Dryad, like she's a pretty like figure it out as you go kind of person. So, oh, that looks like a good spot. Let's stop there. Unless Houdini or Tigger would have any objections to that. Just sort of stepping off the side so we're not on the like unofficial road.
Mm-hmm.
No objections here.
And the area surrounding the hidden cliffs is a little bit kind of highlandsy. Would you want to be like on top of like the like rocks, or would you want to get like inside one of the like divots that's created?
Well, I imagined kind of using it more as a wall than a platform.
Yeah. I agree.
See them make their way into one of these divots to get a nice little wall behind them. Start setting up camp.
Just chatting, probably. I imagine Tigger and Dryer are doing the most talking, like, oh, that reminds me of a story or blah, 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 blah. And then Tigger's like, oh, I once blah, blah, blah. Like, and then Houdini just occasionally pipes in. It's kind of the dynamic, I imagine. We're like the friendly ones. So
If memory serves me right, outside of the city, even outside of the like illusory bubble, it's kind of like a rocky, like craggy terrain, almost like a highland type of, like,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
that's what I remember.
Yeah. If it's possible, little weasel me will find like a little nook kind of out of sight, to kind of bunker down, still like almost like within earshot, but still hidden and out of the way. And
Well,
then
and
because
especially with them going like inside one of these like divots in between like the big rocks, like you could probably hang out above them.
yeah, is if they're camping, I'm probably gonna end up camping here too. Like that's the thing. So but I still
Now you're
don't want
just
to.
fully stalking them.
Yes, 100%. I want to know what they're up to. Like, like it's straight up like, what are these fools planning? Like, I heard something about a god. It's like, a lot of it is genuine curiosity, just because of some of the like more divine and celestial things kind of happening. Um,
That's
like
too
recently,
funny.
and then she also like when they were on the way to um the last city that she got yipped away from by Alexi, she did kind of look up. So she's genuinely just curious
Hmm.
about kind of that type of stuff. And she heard something about a god and was like, "What the fuck are they doing?" Like in the conversation, I'm sure like deity or god or something probably got brought up, and what she did hear of it. Um, and is just genuinely curious, but still wants to stay like out of sight because she's really almost like academically studying them really creepily. What happens when a criminal becomes an academic? Like that's basically what's happening. So, even outside of, it would have to be a big enough nook that full-sized Dorina would be able to fit in and still be as silent as possible.
I think with that 23 survival, you'd be able to find a pretty good spot
Okay.
that would work for both forms.
Because I can only be a weasel. I could do it one more time because wild shape I do have 2 charges of, but that is her plan at least. She is full on stalking at the moment. She may not even get involved. She's just stalking.
That's how it starts.
So after you guys get camp all set up, maybe get a little fire going, Tigger would probably be like, so I mean, I never actually asked really what, I mean, we're doing a communion, but why? I mean, I was just happy to be included.
Well, we are going to try to contact a deity of sorts. I had a disturbing dream the other night, and through some communications and some other revelations, I think that we might be in some grave danger. Trying to find out some answers.
But what kind of danger?
That is, I don't know. It's what we are trying to find out.
Oh. You guys said someone else was gonna help with this.
Yes,
When are they coming? Or-
they will be here tomorrow morning, sunrise. We were supposed to meet them here at sunrise, and then you had proclaimed that it's mighty hard for you because you're a turtle and you might be slow and all. So we was just like, let's go camping. And we
well, but you said something about doing a fast.
that was just.
That's why I brought up
I
being
mean,
slow.
I just.
But now that like you're already here, your laugh is killing me.
The joke got missed earlier, and I was just like, I'm just gonna let this play out because this is funny.
But yeah, like now that you're here, it doesn't matter if you fast and become slow because we'll already be here and you won't have to like go.
What?
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah, it was just.
confused.
I think it was just a misunderstanding. A miscommunication, my friend. But either way, we are out here amongst friends, enjoying our night, uh, enjoying the fresh air.
It's a very clear night out. You can see all the stars.
Beautiful. Look, and who knows? Maybe we'll get some answers while we're out here.
Yeah, that's true. Because like ever since I've been staying in the city, I haven't had any contact with my patron, and like I didn't even think about how weird that was until like you brought it up. Because I've just been like so preoccupied with like hatching rhythm. She sort of like gives him a pat. She's thinking about that.
Speaking of, I don't, patron. I don't think we've ever
Hmm.
quite gotten into that.
Oh, I haven't
Yeah.
like told you guys that
I
story. Oh yeah, I guess that was for like the people before you showed up.
I mean, you kind of have the energy of a believer, but I don't really know what you believe exactly.
I believe that I met a unicorn and they were like, here's some power and an egg. And I was like, yes, sir. And then I like showed up here.
Huh.
And that's my story.
Is that how it works? I could have just met a unicorn.
No, I'm not.
I think like that's the unicorn's choice.
It's so interesting. You met a unicorn and it gave you a wooden egg. I met a flame and it gave me a wooden mask.
Oh,
You
that
would
is
you would
kind of similar.
remember if you're not remembering, Bryce. You had to eat the fruit, and the egg was inside the fruit as like a
Oh
seed.
yeah, that's true. It was a really roundabout way of giving me the egg.
The egg was like a seed of sorts. Then
Yeah, like a pit, but not a hole. Like a wooden pit.
like a seed, like this is what you plant into the ground and then it turns into the plant. In this case, it was not a plant. It was what do you call that thing again? Yeah, one of
Butterfly.
those.
Hmm.
Flax
Yeah,
wings.
the fruit was like really good. I've never had any fruit like that before. That would be my favorite ham pie. We could get that.
It'd be an expensive pie.
She doesn't know that. I did completely forget about that plot element. Because where did we read about that? I remember reading something that was talking about that.
Well, it was after you guys had collected the fruit from the palisman tree, you kind of like had the realization like that looks an awfully lot like the fruit that I ate.
Yeah. That's the queen's fruit.
The queen's fruit. What does that mean?
Oh, she would not say that. She would not admit to that.
Yeah.
That's what that was a crime. Yeah, I mean, I've never seen that fruit since. Anyway, ooh, I almost dropped my trail mix. I'll be right back.
I feel like I need a deception check there.
Yeah. My computer locked. Hold on.
Ah,
Real convenient.
Real quick, I need to roll deception.
A second.
Dirty 20.
Dang.
Lucky for me, I always act weird. This is not outlying behavior.
it didn't pop
Neither.
up for me, but I'll
Yeah,
trust
same.
Oh, what? Here, I'll take a picture.
Yeah, you may
It
need
must have
to.
been because my internet wasn't established.
It'll pop up in like 2 minutes.
you. I trust
I
you.
mean, it
though.
does have a little broken. Here, I'll show you the broken symbol.
You might
Maybe
need to
try refreshing.
try refreshing.
Yeah, it might have been because I hadn't refreshed before I did the roll.
It'd be really funny if it just pops up.
I don't know. It just might not exist.
But I will trust your dirty 20.
Since I'm listening in on this, if possible, could I like insight some of this? Because I find this curious.
Yeah.
This conversation.
I'm curious.
So I'm just kind of like spying.
Kind of. You are. You are
know,
dropping.
you know.
It's a kind
Oh
of.
fuck! That's a natural 20.
Show me your
Jesus.
Even if I got a natural 20 or whatever, I wouldn't beat that roll. So
Fair, it's intuition.
Well, you definitely pick up that Drya is lying about never having seen that fruit again.
I just make a mental note of it. I'm like, interesting. Okay.
You're also, I mean, they all said it, but like, I guess you find it pretty strange that it's like, what does this city have to like? What's going on here that's like blocking people from, their patrons or their gods?
Yeah.
And you'd also, well, actually, no, you weren't there for that interaction.
That's all right. I am piecing together thing. Like that's
You're picking up. You're picking up on stuff.
some things. Yeah, because I wasn't there for my god's been missing for 7 years.
8 years.
That's right. For 8 years, I've been trying.
Stop trying.
You can't tell me what to do.
It's obviously not working.
Unless there's anything else specific that you guys want to discuss or do before bed.
Not unless Dry has anything to bring up.
No
Nothing
news?
comes to mind.
Then we will zoom back to the city and the mostly empty house.
Yeah, Grant probably like leaves the kitchen and he's like, okay, I'm gonna have to try to get by Darina. She's probably on the couch. Maybe I could finagle around her. And he like walks out and it's just like silence in the place. Maybe like Durith is like still eating one of the pies at the table.
It's
Where he
just like
brought it
Take the
outside
pie
to the
outside.
horse.
I was
big
about to say he
silence with
probably
crumbs
brought it to
landing
the
on the
horse.
plate.
I take a bite. They get a bite.
Step outside to see you feeding the horse. Hey, Dirth.
Yeah.
I got most of the dishes done. When you're finished with that, please put it back in the kitchen. But I think here semi soon, I think I have to get to dropping off this here journal.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're more than welcome to accompany me. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to just be me and you here and make it that easy, but you're more than welcome to join me.
It's fair. It actually sounds kind of creepy. Plus, it's like a new night, like new home for the horse. So, unless I can bring the horse.
This is supposed to be a stealthy drop off, Durith.
I'd be stealthy, but she's all full of pie. Some of the pie. I hope. You matter about the pie, or that I want to bring the horse?
You can bring the pie, just not the horse. Again, you don't have to come, I suppose. If you'd rather stay with the horse, I guess I couldn't hold it against you.
Okay, I'll leave the horse. He'll tie up the horse, and then he'll put the pie nearby, and then he'll jog over to Grant's, and we can go. So, yeah. All right, that's good. I'm good. How creepy is this familiar?
Oh, that we're going to be meeting.
Yeah, are they creepy?
Sort of depends how long they've been in service, honestly. Time, while not aging, isn't necessarily kind to some of the more stout devotees, but to each their own. Everyone handles their service in different ways.
Okay. Ominous. I'm here for it.
You never know. I don't know what contacts she would send out, or if she had someone else in the area that she's basically just calling over to do a courier job. It's sort of a gamble.
That's fair. Is this gonna be like a turn familiar, or like a summoned like fiend demon thing?
You would know, Grant, that she has the ability to summon like familiars that she can teleport around.
Mm-hmm.
They're usually like big spiders. If that's the route she's going.
Yeah. Not too sure. I guess we'll have to see. I can tell you for one, I'm definitely not going to be asking her who she's sending, because that will probably just piss her off.
That makes sense. You know what, though? I'm all for surprises, so let's go.
It's just outside the city walls. I can't imagine it would be too hard to find our contact.
I'll follow your lead. Gonna go see a familiar. Gonna kill all my friends.
Grant probably doesn't have a key to this place, so he doesn't lock anything. They just leave.
We have a guard horse now.
It's fine. Yeah. We'll leave the lights on.
We'll leave the torches burning.
As soon as we're like walking away from the house and we're like kind of in the midst of the city, Grant would probably just like remember, look over at Durith. I told Drya, by the way. I let her know about the book. Didn't have to bring you up, thankfully, though. I did end up asking her if I should tell you about it, and she gave me the thumbs up if I so choose. And so now, if you want, we can all be in this together. You and I having our guys, and her having two perceived allies.
All right, let's give it a couple of days.
Sure.
Let that secret between two friends thing, bond a little bit. sink in, and then at some point, I can just cross that bridge when we get there.
Fair enough. Fair enough. She's gonna be furious when she gets this journal. I honestly don't don't envy the person that has to be there to see it.
Yeah. It's like a toxic work environment. She has no chill, and she summons these things.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
But I don't know. Maybe she'd be a little bit happy. Maybe making progress. I mean, maybe just for us. Suck for everyone there.
Yeah. Yeah. I would hate to be the subordinate that's closest to her when she first reads this.
You guys make your way through the town. You would assume that she's wanting to meet near where she teleported you guys in,
Mhm.
which would be on the east side of town. Well, east outside of town.
Just curious, which outside of town did we go? West?
West.
East?
Weast.
Yeah, west. uh, um, just to make sure any stops along the way. Figure not, but would be a few random food stalls open, some taverns here and there if you wanted a drink.
We're on the clock.
Yeah, I was about to say Grant is a man on the job.
You guys make your way through the city, fairly quiet.
Cloaks up, low profile.
Low pro. I don't have my trench coat, so I'm like, God, it's kind of windy. Fuck, it's cold.
Never seen your elbows before.
Yes, you have. You always say that when I take my jacket off. Just because I
Yeah.
prefer my jacket doesn't make me weird.
Comfort blanket, I tell you. Just gotta leave it more often.
Kind of is. I have a plan, okay? I strategically left it behind. It's a multi-purpose jacket. It's fine.
Okay, so you left your super handy multi-purpose jacket behind?
Look, I'm playing chess, and I'm not sure what you're playing, okay? Let's just stay on the task.
Pulls out loot.
I'm in an air guitar right now, so I'm upset.
You guys get to the east gate, head out. Be pretty quiet journey as you travel, and then after a little bit, get to that border of the illusory sphere. And then probably be like another 15 minutes past the illusion where you guys first teleported in. There'd probably be you'd feel that slight like vibrating from the stone, unless that was in your jacket.
No, there was nothing of value in my jacket.
Just double checking. Feel the stone going off in your pocket.
I was like a phone. I have to answer it. I grabbed the stuff. Didn't know that.
I imagine you at least have to like have it in your hand.
Pull it out of my pocket. Squeeze it in my
Pulling out
palm.
my gun.
I see you're outside of the city now. Are you ready?
I'm back. Sorry about
Ready as ever, my lady.
Good. One moment, please. Actually, no, she wouldn't say please.
One moment, bitch.
And after a brief moment, you hear that slight, like, whoosh, and see a ever so slight, I don't think it would be a flash, but you'd see like a shadow kind of like open up in the floor, or it just like grow out of nowhere on the ground, and then this you'd see spider legs like start crawling out. Bart. He wouldn't have like the axe, but he would have like a backpack on. Crawls out from the shadow.
Grant probably seeing this thousands of times before. He's just waiting for it to emerge. Gives like the little half bow, like once they acknowledge the spiderling.
Hear the little. I did the thing that Harry did with his fingers around the mouth.
After greetings, Grant would pull out the journal and present it to the spiderling.
This is all correct. As he takes the journal.
That is correct, my friend. This journal is of the utmost importance to our lady. Possibly the most important task you've been given.
Oh, she will be most pleased with us.
Yes, with me specifically. And he like narrows his eyes at the spiderling.
Right.
Excellent. Safe travels. May the webs watch you.
They put the journal into their little backpack and then crawl back through the shadow.
As soon as the spiderling's gone, Grant immediately feels better, like a weight off his chest.
Well, I hated that.
What? Oh god, I forgot you were there. Shit.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. I'm not gonna lie, I took a step back from you. I mean, I was there for it, but I don't like that at all.
No, they're great actually. I mean, the spiderlings are actually super chill compared to most of the followers. This is probably
What?
our best case scenario, if I'm being honest.
God damn. They're really just easy and slow.
I mean, I know Alexi is powerful, but Our Lady is quite powerful in her own right.
Play both sides, so I always come out on top.
Now you're playing chess.
What is chess?
Oh, God.
What? Don't walk away. Why do you always do that?
Come on, it's cold out here.
We just played a lot of Escape the Pit when I was young.
Yeah, I was about to say, I
You
imagine
talk
with
about
Dirth,
this.
imagine with Dirth's upbringing, you don't know like any board games.
Yeah, and we'd probably just like slink back to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Even though no one's home, probably being a little cautious just to like make sure no one came home while we were gone.
Yeah, you're like sneaking into an empty house.
Yeah.
You would find it pretty strange that like normally Dorina would at least be like about. Yeah, you guys make it back and it's totally silent.
She's probably out there trying to make up for not inviting her girlfriend to her birthday.
Either that or whatever she was doing today still took it out of her. I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe the magistrate came calling.
That's fair. I was thinking The Hangover, but
Yeah,
that makes sense.
He doesn't seem to care too much about what you got going on.
Coffee? Come on, let's get coffee.
Yeah, all right.
Follow me. I'm making something. Sit down.
my.
Cake or muffin?
Cake.
All
I
right.
like muffin. Definitely
All
muffin.
right. One of each.
Yes.
Grant treats Durith to a pretty sweet, personalized little nightcap of coffee and a little sweet, little pastry.
Nice.
He'll play his most least annoying song he knows.
It's probably the calmest and slowest song for you. That's very boring, but Grant loves it because it's such a minimal song.
27.
Oh,
Just killing the game.
beautiful. Yeah, it's super relaxing, Grant. Probably the most relaxed you've ever been while listening to Durth play.
Yeah, Grant just feels like $1 million right now. He's slowly getting Drya more on his side. Check, win. He knows Alexia is a bad guy. Check, win. He could have told you he's a magister anyways, so he kind of feels a little vindicated. The lady's going to be super pumped with him once she calms down from her rage from initially reading the book. She's probably going to be elated. And then Durith did good. Grant is genuinely happy.
Any other little bits before a long rest?
Think we're good.
You said it was a little bit of like a starry evening, right? Like it's pretty clear skies.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of similar to what she did traveling. Actually, very similar situation she's in now, nestled into some rocks, looking up at a clear, starry sky, kind of just contemplating and wondering and trying to piece together and thinking about how the day went and uh, everything. She's just gonna kind of take a deep breath and almost just kind of meditate for a second, but her thoughts are definitely uh like on her origin is where her thoughts are. And she's just kind of staring up at the starry sky, and at some point she probably would also not necessarily intentionally, but I'm just gonna roll a d3 because
You got a bit quiet there. I don't know.
no, I'm rolling a d3. So 2.
Okay.
I think that is one of her starry forms. So the chalice, which she doesn't do very often. I think the chalice starry form, her armed sleeve tattoo of the night sky, kind of starts to faintly glow a little bit. Um, and she not really thinking about it, but for about
Yeah, it
10
just
minutes or
happens.
yeah, for about 10 minutes or so, because that's how long it lasts for, before she probably falls asleep. That's just gonna kind of faintly glow as she kind of just has a moment to herself thinking about the day.
I do really want to give you something more for that natural 20 than just you can tell that Dorina lied.
I don't care, man. You mean Drya?
Yeah, Drya. God, so many teams.
It is another player character, so I will leave that up to if you and Bryce want to work something out, I'm fine with that, but I will not inquire about anything because that is her character, and I'm not gonna.
It's nothing necessarily about anyone else.
Okay.
But I think at some point during the talks, to give you that little bit of info, Tigger probably would have been like, so this guy that's helping like hasn't been able to contact her for 8 years.
Hmm.
So maybe you'd get that little bit.
Okay.
And with you, and because it's also because like you said, you'd be thinking about your origins.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Just with everything going on, and especially with like the travel with Alexi, and just the short amount of time that she's been in the city, and everything that's changed, and just she at some point she'd also probably think about like not only her original origins, but also like 6 months ago, like what her journey to get here and what initially caused that. So her thoughts would also probably be on her, a little bit on her former crew as well as the crescendo itself. So.
Well, I mean, you came into this world what, a decade, 9 years ago,
About so, yeah, roughly.
and then 8 years ago,
Yeah.
some guy got told by some gods to come to this city.
Yeah, that's her. There might be a few like, that, like as she's just thinking about everything, just like, man, maybe the time frame adds up a little. Like, if anything, it just makes her more interested in what's going on here with the ritual group as she dozes off for the evening.
I just wanted to make sure you as a player were picking up on that.
Oh no, I as a player 100% picked up on it.
Okay.
Yeah, last month when you were going like, yeah, it's been 8 years, I was like, those time frames are awfully coincidental. So yeah, as she just slowly drifts off to sleep as the starry form gently fades.
And everyone can take a long rest. I don't really think you guys. I think really the only person who needs it is Darina, but
Even then,
I need it. I need it.
I get my blood rushes back. I think I use them to run around the city.
oh yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah, that is right. Yeah.
I will say, just because she wasn't paying attention, the starry form doesn't normally give off light, I don't think. Let me see. Oh, it does. So if anyone would have been paying attention, it does shed a 10-foot radius. A pretty nice little light. So if anyone would have, I guess I'll roll a stealth to see. I don't know if anyone would have still been up, because I know I said I would like to hide, but my stealth isn't as good at. Would it be stealth or survival? Stealth, right? Yeah, because I'm trying to.
Yeah, stealth.
Yeah. So,
If you guys want to roll some perception checks.
that, or just depending on how late it is, or if they're even paying attention.
Big 8 from Houdini.
I'll roll one. Dirty 20.
Oh my.
Sheesh.
The dirty 20 survives.
Draya's on a roll today.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not my stealth as Darina is not as good as the weasels. So so at some point you'd probably just see like a glowing light, just ever so faint. It's not very big, but
Yeah, I was like, it's not very big, and you're like a decent bit away, but there would be like a strange light for like 10 minutes that shows up.
What in the hells is that over there?
I mean, it seems familiar, right?
depends. Normally it's not nighttime when I've only gone into starry form a few times, and usually it's been in the day.
You definitely feel like, like there shouldn't be anything that's giving off light around.
Yeah. That it's probably an unnatural light for sure.
Doesn't look like a campfire.
No, it would look like almost like bright starlight. Is what it would look like.
Well, it looks like Dryad would want to check it out with a wisdom save like that.
I imagine Tigger's probably already passed out from all the food he
Well, I
ate.
guess to accompany you, check out whatever that was.
I think. Yeah. She probably Darina probably fell asleep during that, so she's probably asleep right now during the like meditative. So that's I just think it's funny that way because it's like there it does emit a light, and it was an unintentional entry into the starry form. So got a lot of
Yeah, let's go, Tigger. You watch the. Okay, he'll stay right here. Okay, let's go. I guess we would try to stealth over, right? So that we can check out whatever it is without being seen.
I will say as from a character choice, no matter like she's out, like there even with her 18 passive perception, like it's been a long day and a lot's on her mind, so she's probably out cold. So even with a stealth, like unless you like crit fail or something, then maybe she might wake up. But
Well, and also with rhythm now, both of you can fly.
Can't I only do that once a day?
I mean, if you're getting ready to sleep for the evening.
I just don't think I would have one.
But
also,
I'm
as a
not.
genuine refresher, can I only do it once a day?
Yeah, right now it'd be once a day, and I don't want to take that use from you because I was more doing that like narratively to show you like, hey, look, it does work it the same way. So I don't remember you using it yesterday.
I just feel like she wouldn't have kept it this long. It's like,
No, yeah,
at some point she would have used it.
I get that.
But either way, we would like sneak over and then like poke our heads up, see Darina curled up, blowing.
And one thing that you would notice is almost an expression, and even though she's asleep, she almost looks peaceful, which isn't something that you've probably like seen on her before. She's a very reserved kind of person. Doesn't really open up a lot. Even though she overshares only to a certain point. She doesn't really go into depth about like her feelings. More of like, yeah, this is what's happened to me, but not how I feel about it. And so, you would the one thing you would notice is that she would be almost like peaceful is the best way I can describe it, but at rest, I guess would be a good
tranquil.
Yes,
serene.
there we go. That's a much better word.
And you guys just seen Darina
Breathing
nestled in this weird little nook of rocks above you guys.
And then you would she's just slowly breathing, her chest going in and out, and then the her arm tattoo has essentially a chalice, like a chalice constellation that would be in the evening sky. One of the like normal constellations, but it's which I think I have done this one once before, if I recall. I think I have done this one once. I did it the previous night because during the party I used it because it's a cup, and when everyone was getting fancy cups, I did my chalice.
Yeah.
Cup.
Oh yeah, when
right.
Dry gave out the teacups.
Yeah. So for the second night in a row.
Let's go.
That is actually really funny. You would see that chalice kind of glowing on her arm, and I would think by the time that you guys get over to her, it just starts to fade, and then that's when it would that 10 minutes would run out, and then she's just laying there under the evening night sky.
What in the nine hells do you think Dorina's doing out here?
That's so weird that she would choose to camp at the same night in the same spot as us.
I'm not entirely sure that I think that's what she was doing. I think Houdini would kind of like start poking at her.
Hey, wake up.
Yeah, I think the first few pokes, she just kind of like moves a little bit, but doesn't wake up.
Well, and he's got feathery hands.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So, and then you just kind of slowly but surely, she kind of open her eyes, and then just kind of see you guys, and then process, and then she just, oh shit. Hello. Sorry, I didn't let you know I was here before.
Rather odd.
I didn't intend for you to find
I
me.
just think it's rather odd that you follow your friends without saying anything.
Yeah, it's like you're hiding.
Almost like stalking.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
to be perfectly honest, I overheard you talking back at the house, and
Well, why didn't you just
curious.
ask us a question
Heard
or
something
something
about.
like? Yes.
If I didn't know if I'd be welcomed or not. Figured you'd have
I just
invited me had you
did
wanted me
not
along.
take you as much of a believer in any kind of faith, and we figured that we would just kind of, keep people out of it so that they didn't have to feel uncomfortable.
Well, it's no offense, but it's hard to discredit the gods when you've got their blood running
That's
through you.
understandable, but yes, you still just never know with a person.
I guess I haven't given a reason for you to think otherwise. So, sorry.
I mean, you are more than welcome to come join us over here if you would rather.
Since I've already been found, might as well, I guess. There's no reason not to. She's kind of like rubbing her eye, like like, even though she was only out for maybe minutes, it's almost like, well, what the heck, like something really
Yeah.
hit her.
As they
Hit her
walk
hard.
back, Houdini will kind of recap Dorina on the events of what's been going on. Dream and Aatrox and the communing that they're supposed to be doing in the morning.
Yeah, I guess that puts a bit into context. I heard Tigger talking earlier and about something about 8 years, and yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense.
I mean, with somebody with godblood running through them, we should be able to do something, Probably make a little bit of a
Well,
connection.
we'll find out. It's So just out of curiosity, Maverick, how much would I be aware of like my particular type of ASMR? Like I
Uh,
know I'm different than most ASMRs that are around in the world. Like that much I do know, but like would I be any sort of inkling as to like maybe it might not be a good thing because maybe I don't have a great reputation right now with
if I'm
with the higher ups or
if I'm remembering correctly, I think Alexi did point out that you were particularly a fallen ASMR.
yes, they did mention that, but uh, I
Do you
just
mean more
wasn't.
like which god you might be connected with, or
No, just in general, like what
like
would
if you
I?
would even know what a fallen ASMR
Yeah,
means?
exactly. Like, because as far as like academia goes, like she's not dumb, but she's not like you know she spent the better part of a decade on a ship on the ocean, so
True. I
like
guess roll me a history.
okay, 17. That's not bad. Only a +1, so
We take those.
yeah. Only could have rolled that on the stealth. Dirty 20 still. It still wouldn't have passed. But
I don't think you would necessarily know the full context, but you're not unfamiliar with
okay.
ASMRs as a concept,
Right. Okay.
and you would know that most the most common ASMR found in this realm is Scourge ASMR.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Um.
just maybe hearing the word fallen, it's like that doesn't have a good context.
Yeah. So, with that, I'll kind of. I'm gonna be honest, Houdini. I don't know if it'll be a good or a bad thing. Something tells me I may not have the best reputation with whatever's going on up there. If I could even remember.
I mean, the more the merrier still, though.
So, worst comes to worst, I do speak a little bit. I do speak and understand a
Oh,
little bit
you
of their
speak
language. So
Celestial as
hope.
well.
Uh, yes. I think it's something I've kind of always inherently been able to know. Uh, as long as I can remember, at least. Seems like I didn't lose. I just lost memory, not things I could do, capabilities. 'Cause some of my druidic magics also been around as long as I
Oh,
can remember.
maybe a little bit.
Almost inherent.
With maybe a little bit of luck, we might be able to jog that memory for you.
I don't know if I want to quite yet. Curious though. Seems I keep the last few weeks. My lineage keeps getting brought up more and more. All I know is that it's a bit different than most of the well, celestial blooded beings that wander around. Can't say I've ever come across someone like me before. Anyway, as I've already said too much, I'm just gonna come over here and your camp's probably a bit more cozy than mine. I was just nestled in a rock. But thank you, I guess, for and sorry, I guess I could have just asked.
That's not a problem.
Not not the best not the best
That's
of
that
people if
is.
you've never noticed.
I don't think that many in this group are, friend, but we pull together and just a little bit of faith and a little bit of trust. I think that many friendships here have grown really easily, and I just would like to extend that same hand and that same courtesy out to you as well.
And for that, Thank you. Honestly, it's been quite some while since I've had any sort of companionship. My last one's well, I don't really want to get into it.
You feel free to share when you are ready.
Yeah. Sure. I'll get around to it eventually. And she'll kind of bed down on whatever camp, because I figured that was all going on while we were just walking back to camp,
Yeah.
and then we sleep.
Draya's gears are turning. She's like, I don't know, maybe she got this eavesdropping stuff from Alexi. Maybe Alexi told her to do something. I don't know. This is really strange.
I love it. I love it
So I
so
imagine she was
much.
walking in front of you guys, and just like her eyes are like wild, but you guys can't see it because she.
You just see a slight extra flutter coming from Rhythm.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Insight
Absolutely love it. Yes.
for rhythm?
Boss queen.
Nah.
Insight for rhythm. I'm Dorina's not. Dorina's like so exhausted.
Yeah. I vote yes.
I mean, yeah,
I'll
if
give
you
it a
want to,
shot.
Chance.
15?
What do you think, Bryce? I feel like that's a pass.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that you can tell that, like, that rhythm is moving the same way it does when Dry is excited, and yet she's like walking weirdly stiffly. So like maybe you're not sure what to make of that combination. And
This
she's
is
like
also
not
very
participating in the conversation at all.
unusual. I don't know. I think that
Yeah. So I think like you would
I
notice
think that
all
if
three of those
Houdini does
things.
say anything, he'd wait until we get back to camp and after Durina gets settled in.
Mhm.
Oh, she falls asleep very quickly.
I mean, yeah, you were already kind of asleep,
Oh
basically.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, she's out,
I
man.
mean, not one to try to lie here, but you've been awfully quiet, Dry. It's not quite like you, especially with finding Dorina out here wild like that.
Yeah, like at first I thought she was just like also camping, and then she was like, "Oh, I didn't mean for you to find me," which means that she was hiding from us, and that's like kind of sus. It's like kind of sketch. And like I don't know, it's just like kind of weird cuz like why would she do that when we like just had her made up birthday
I
party
mean,
together?
I
Like
do agree it was kind of
what
weird,
changed?
but from what Serena was saying, she was just she's kind of nervous, she's shy, she didn't know how to talk to us. It's-
Houdini, you just hear a little purr from Rhythm, and then Dry, you hear sus sus.
I mean, is there a reason to be concerned? We have no reason not to trust Serena, correct?
Well, like something not to trust. Well, I mean, we just like I thought we agreed she was like gonna come. Cause like okay, apparently she like has the blood of the gods. That's like a fun thing I don't remember learning, but also like aren't we like is she like a believer though, you know, because you can like believe in the gods and not like believe in them, you know, like in a we're chill and I like trust my life to you kind of stuff. Like she seems more like a doesn't trust. Like how she didn't trust that we would like
I
be
mean,
open to her
these
coming or
are
whatever.
all
Like
very good
kind
questions
of
that we
weird.
can ask Dorina in the morning if you would like.
Mm, Yeah. I mean, I do think we should check that she like isn't gonna bring bad vibes into our
I agree
communion
on
thing,
that.
right?
That would be probably not great. And as far as the
Okay.
whole, I mean, there's not really anything we can
Uh,
do about it now because she's already here. As far as the whole telling her thing, because we did not tell her, and
yeah.
she still ended up here.
Yeah, kind of spooky,
Ah,
right? Like listening and stuff.
She did say that she overheard you guys talking at the dinner table.
That's what an
mean,
eavesdropper would say.
yeah, but in kind of a public space though. And I mean, not to like. Tigger can be a rather boisterous individual when he gets excited. So I mean, she did proclaim that she did overhear Tigger, and so I mean, I can understand that. Yeah, I still think it's very weird that she did not just come out and
You don't
ask
think,
us. I do agree with you. That is very weird. But probably,
like why she might have not, like she did, is like if Alexi asked her to do that. I don't know, just throwing it out there. Like, what if Alexi was like, "Oh, keep an eye on them, my
insight again?
apprentice. Just you doing secret things with me all day."
Do an insight again?
I
Do
mean,
you,
I'm down.
yeah, do you want to
Yeah,
roll a
I'll
new one,
roll
or
a
do you
new
want to
one for
let that 15
that.
keep going?
I will roll against it this
As
time since I'm actively trying.
That's fair. That's fair.
a very directed comment.
I guess I'll go deception. Ooh,
Oh,
that's a nat 2. That's the highest I
damn.
could get. That isn't the lowest I could get. That isn't a nat
Now,
1.
Damn.
Maybe you did a decent job, but like maybe Rhythm let out a little like little
Dry,
hiss.
you are bringing up some really interesting things. Uh, may I ask what is going on?
I don't know. I just think like Alexi is
I
kind of an
absolutely agree.
interesting person,
Is
and
there something that we should be worried about, Drya? I mean, no, with everything that's
I don't
been
think it's
going
like
on
a
with the
we.
dreams and the threats of imminent danger, is there something that you are aware of that maybe the rest of us should be?
I don't think anything's gonna be clear until we like do our communion thing or like talk to our patrons tonight. Like it's something I'm like just trying to think on, like, cause I just have like a weird feeling about the Magister and stuff like lately. Like it's personal. I don't want to like.
Uh,
I'll let you
o-
know like if I think
okay,
of
I
anything.
just mean you know I trust you, Drya, and you know you can tell me the truth, right?
Yeah. No, I just like it's more of a I'm still figuring it out kind of thing, like a work in progress.
And you let me know if you suspect anything weird from Darina. We can wake her up, and I can cast Zone of Truth on her, and we can all be in this nice little space where we can all get to know each other very closely.
Oh. I mean, maybe like tomorrow, like if we like don't think she's gonna bring good
You
vibes.
let me know. You give me the word.
Okay. Ah. She's like yawning. I think I should head to hay. Been
Yeah,
a long
sounds
day.
good. I will. I'll just go perch myself up in a tree over here and just kind of watch out over the night a little bit.
Are we taking shifts tonight? Like of
I don't think
watch?
that was ever.
I imagine that's something that was discussed before we discovered Darina.
Yeah, I feel like you guys probably
Yeah,
would have
so I'll take
discussed that
first.
before that. But I don't.
Okay.
Okay.
Tigger should be second, and I'll take third.
Yeah, she can just sleep.
We never factored in Darina, so she can just sleep.
I think that'll be a good point. Take her a little break
Come on.
so I can go smoke.
Schmuck.
Okay.
Party started. By party, I mean depression. What?
Well, we don't know just yet if it's going to be depressing. Probably.
You know. What happens when your disowned child starts to try and communicate with you again? You know?
Send a restraining order. Cease and desist.
Because we're about to figure out what happens when that exact scenario happens.
Yeah, I'm very curious if you're going to actually participate in it or not.
She originally wasn't planning to. She was just going to watch. But, people had to get involved.
I mean,
Couldn't
you could
just-
still
And
just
by-
watch.
And by people,
you
you mean Dorita?
And she's been involved now, okay?
You played
You coulda-
yourself.
You could have just let her sleep. You could have just walked away. She wouldn't have known better. That she's somewhere around. Like
I
you didn't have to wake her up. She was peaceful, man. She was just enjoying the night.
How can you sleep that well after committing a crime?
She's committed a lot of crimes. She was a pirate after all. She was never a murderer, though. That was one thing she did.
Oh, gross.
Don't
So
grow
you have
up.
some morals.
Oh, gross.
She's definitely along the chaotic good, chaotic neutral sort of line. She borders neutral and good.
You're literally standing on the line. Like, which
No,
side of the fence do I go?
Yes, no, 100%. She's not evil. She's definitely not evil. But
No. Alrighty. I guess maybe we'll zoom in, fast forward to the morning. Is there anything Grant and Durith would be doing that following morning?
Oh.
As you wake
'cause
up to a
everyone's
still
gone.
empty house.
Yeah. Grant would probably make a very light breakfast for the two of them. He would include food for Durith. He would make food for Durith. Durith did good, so he earned food.
Good for food.
You have to earn your food around here.
Grant's
See, this is why I
probably-
made you roll a deception for that good friend.
I mean, now he's close to a friend.
But
This is my
you said
Paris
like
friend.
good.
He's
like
friend
a-
adjacent.
It's like a friendly coworker, you know.
This is a Durith. He follows me around.
Durith.
But probably assuming that the prayer group is going to come back by afternoon, he's probably like loosely planning like a more like fulfilling lunch for them when they get back.
Mhm.
I can see if I can buy a tasteless, odorless poison. No reason.
And it's called iocane powder.
I mean, I don't really think I have anything that I want to do.
You got to go horse riding first thing in the morning.
I do need to take Ivy for a walk.
You don't even ride her, you're literally walking her like a dog.
Yeah.
You
Brand new.
did get a saddle and everything, so like you're prepped for actual riding if you want to practice.
Yeah, practice on the cobblestones is a city.
No, it's just a walk. And tell me how to manage my pets. I would obviously put socks on her so she's quieter. And it's early morning. I'm not an animal. You know what? I would take Ivy for a walk into town. More of just like to have a moment with no one around him, following him. Not having to worry about if the city's moving or not. Just walking the way he thinks he should go.
Why don't you give
That's
me an
it.
animal handling? We'll say flat because you've been connecting with this horse.
In
An
11.
She sometimes gets a little bit distracted by some things, so that maybe takes a different turn than you were trying to signal, but nothing too crazy. Doesn't try and kick you off at all.
Well, I'm walking it. I wouldn't ride it yet.
Okay.
Got to save that for, the out of town trips. Don't want to put too many miles on the old thing.
Maybe the walk goes a little bit longer than you planned because you wanted to turn around, but she wants to keep walking.
I respect your tiny little will. And we keep walking. He's just like, this is nice, man. No, I don't eat food. I just ate. Take that horse for a walk. That's it. And just, reminiscing on all the wild, crazy shit was dumped on him yesterday.
Mhm.
Still freaked out about the spiner. That's it. Grant has a house to himself to go rummage through everybody's stuff. I know he does it.
Yeah, is there any sneaky stuff Grant wants to do other than cooking?
No, he is so happy. He wouldn't want to be anywhere else besides the kitchen.
Mhm.
He's probably making himself like a little mini brunch that he's gonna chow down on. Probably not for Durith. This one he's just gonna make himself a little something. But yeah, he's having a great time, man. He is
Pulling out
again.
your secret stash of seasonings.
It's like I don't know. Maybe he makes himself some like hot chicken for a brunch.
Ooh.
Super like crazy spicy.
Yeah.
That's like, man, you got me wanting hot chicken now.
Yeah, he's in his happy place. He's probably maybe expecting a call from Lady Vane at some point, but he's just like pushing that in the back of his mind and just enjoying the process of cooking and being, in his own space. No, kind of like Durith on his ride. No one's in here bothering him While he wouldn't mind someone to taste right now, he's super just go with the flow. He's enjoying it.
I mean, you would know Lady Vane's not really a morning person, but it is a little odd that she hasn't called at all. But I mean, no news is good news, right?
That's what Grant's saying.
We zoom out. We zoom back in on our party outside the city, waking up to the sunrise. Nothing crazy happening at night. Maybe whoever was on watch during different periods might notice some little critters go by here and there, maybe some rabbits. But very quiet night.
Quiet night. Sorry, I couldn't. Okay.
Why has nobody done that before? So you guys are slowly everybody getting up.
I think when Dorina finally wakes up, like one of those where when you first wake up, it's such a deep sleep, and she was like, doesn't quite like remember that she's in the camp now, and so like I think there's a brief moment when she wakes up, she's like, like what the fuck? How did I get here? And then like it clicks, so that she's just like, oh right.
It's just that 2 seconds of panic of like, oh god, what?
Absolutely, yeah. And then she'll kind of wake up, and of course at that point the adrenaline's woken her up too, so she probably wakes up very abruptly. Right. Good I guess it's good morning to everybody.
Again.
Sorry about last night.
No problem. Just know that you're amongst friends.
Yes, of course. You know, it's yeah, it's a bit silly of me after all. But
Yeah, amongst friend. Oh, hi, Dorina. Tigger waking up.
yes, good morning, Tigger. It's always a pleasure.
When did you get here?
Yeah, late last night. I followed you guys here.
Oh. Wait, did you guys know about looking over?
Down for last night, yes, Tigger. Didn't want to wake or startle you, but we invited her over here after we saw that she had, or after we found that she had, tailed us out here.
Oh. Okay. I mean, I guess that's fine. As long as it's a friend following us.
I'd never wish any harm on anyone here. That I can promise you. Was
Well,
merely curious about this god business that you guys are getting yourself wrapped up in.
Oh, right. Suddenly remembering. And I'm also suddenly remembering. I said you preparing breakfast. You guys are fasting. Oh, I guess we should get breakfast. Oh, wait. No. It's really sad.
We're having delayed breakfast. Don't forget, Tigger. Stay strong. It's for like God reasons.
Okay.
We could stop and
I
maybe
still
grab you
really
something
get it,
on
though,
the,
but
on the way back into town. Way back home.
well, I think I still have some of my holds 2 empty trail mix bags up. Oh.
Trail mix smelt absolutely divine, by the way. Wherever you got it, I'd like to stop for some more. Though I might have been my sense of
I
smell
mean, it
might have
was
been a little
Grant that
enhanced.
put these together for us. So, I mean, he probably would have put one
Why am I
together
not
for you as
surprised by
well
that?
if you would have let us know that you were coming.
Yes, I no, I get that. I'd
But just
rather not. Let's not bring it up. All right.
also,
Sure,
just
I've already been
just real
chastised
quick.
for
Also,
it.
by the way, just
I know
I
better
mean,
now.
you,
So
you you weren't told to like follow or tell us for any reason, were you? By like Alexi, weren't told to keep.
why
I don't know.
why would Alexi want me to follow you guys? That seems like a really odd, strange question. I mean, I saw them yesterday morning, but it had absolutely nothing to do with you guys. Part of the
I mean,
reason I was so
I
hyped
don't
yesterday.
know personally. It was just we just wanted to make sure that you're not hiding anything from us. Dryla seems to be a little weary of you right now. I'm not entirely sure why.
Well, I'll I'll at least put it this way. Uh, since I'm going to try and be as honest as I can here. When it comes to Alexei and anything involving the city, I'm not hiding anything. I don't really know much more than probably you guys, other than a few outings that I've done. Uh, as far as me myself, yes, there's plenty of stuff that I'm hiding. Uh, but I'm sure the more we get to know each other, the more you're going to find a lot of that stuff out. I mean, after all, it's only been a matter of weeks since we've really known each other. You don't really expect me to spill everything, do you? I imagine you've probably got some things that you've never said. But when it comes to all this, no, I don't really have a reason
There
to
you go,
lie to
Dry. Is
here.
that I mean, good enough for you?
I can roll if you want me to, but
Oh, I mean, I'm like concerned about like the vibes for the communion thing. Like, are you like faithful? You know what I mean? Like, you just work for Alexi, like casual, like, but like, what is your connection to the gods that like you can bring to our thing this morning?
well, I suppose I'm a walking connection to the gods in some fashions. If you're asking for like a belief in a particular one, not I can't deny any of them really. I feel I've seen lots of things. I mean, take Houdini here. I can't say I've ever heard of the Silver Flame, but the things that Houdini can do, I'm sure are rather impressive and gifted, probably, whoever that entity is. It's hard to deny that. I can't say I'm particularly faithful, but reverent, sure.
Okay, yeah.
Can't, I can't say all of them are good or bad. Well, some are good, some are bad. There's a lot of grey there, too. It
Mm.
all depends on how you see it.
Well, I guess what matters most is what like our friend we're meeting thinks. So like he can make the call.
I mean, I don't dislike them. I can't say I love them, but they're just kind of there. You know, it's no different than the waves of the ocean or storms blowing in or the wind blowing through our hands. These rocks around us, it's just something that's just kind of present.
So you
Yeah,
don't
like
trust them.
I would.
Like how
Do
you
you?
didn't trust us.
Uh, what? I never once didn't trust you. I just didn't think I was invited. If you're referring to last night, at least. I know I've
So,
kind
but
of.
like, you couldn't trust us with like how you wanted to be included. So, like, are you gonna be super included during the communion and like help us connect? Because I think that's like the point. So, like, if you can focus on that, then it should be fine. But if you can't, then like maybe try to like psych yourself up for that.
I mean, I can do the best I can. Like I said, they're like I don't deny the existence of the gods.
I mean, who could?
Do you know what ritual we're participating in for which of the gods?
Nope. I'm just here to like help out and like hopefully reconnect to like my patron.
Ah, I suppose that makes a bit of sense, aye.
Is it close to sunrise? I would think
Yeah,
it'd
it's
be
getting pretty
early,
close.
my guy.
Well, where exactly are we meeting this? I believe you said his name was Atrox.
Was it Clearwater? I don't remember.
Merryweather.
Merriweather. Oh, that's not even close.
I believe Clearwater was someone's last name at some point.
Leah. I feel like it was a Leah. Anyway. Where were we meeting him? Didn't we say at the gate? So we
Think
actually
you are
like
correct.
have to go back to the city.
uh, why don't you guys give me some perception checks? Maybe you start looking around as that's brought up. Ooh.
Oh, great. That's a now one. I'm still a little groggy. I'm still waking up. I'm also trying to figure out. I woke up and then got interrogated, so I'm probably a little distracted.
Slightly disoriented.
Yeah.
Perception?
hmm
10.
Very fitting, Houdini, with your owl eyes. You'd see off in the distance. Maybe you can just kind of see where the, it's a bit off, but you can like see where the illusory sphere would start, and you'd see a turtle figure just suddenly like whoosh, appear, stepping through the illusion.
Ah, well, I do believe my friend might be arriving.
It's gonna take him a minute though. He's slow.
Another
Yeah,
another
did
turtle
I
companion.
not mention that part?
Not that it's no, but I don't really think it matters. I just find it interesting.
I honestly can't remember if you brought that up or not.
It's not every day. Well, other than you, Tigger, I see you every day, but it's not every day that you really come across turtles. Saw them a lot more on the sea than I do here in the city.
That's true. That's true. We really do like being near the water.
Should we go help him? He seems to be getting along kind of slow. Or are we just gonna stand here and let him get a walk on his own?
I mean, I guess we could.
I think that's like
I guess we
rude,
could like
right?
walk over to him.
He's not a
Meet him
baby.
halfway or something.
I need to check. I want to check something real quick.
I mean, well, we have to walk back. I mean, what? We can go greet him, sure. I mean, unless we're picking up all our stuff right now. Like, I got.
Um, I'll I want to help him.
You probably see Tigger rolling up his bedroll.
Yeah. I will use a wild shape as I'm like walking over to where he is, and I will wild shape into a riding horse.
Oh.
And then I'll make it very clear, like I'm not gonna like hide. If he can see me, I'm gonna like shift as I'm walking, so
Yeah.
he sees like, oh, this is this is druid. Like,
Oh no, he's a cleric, but he's part druid.
and then I will essentially offer to give him a ride on horseback. Kind of like get him next to him, and then just like kind of crouch down.
Oh, thank you.
If he could ride bareback.
It's gonna take him a second to get up. Maybe you have
That's
to
fine.
kind of kneel down a little bit.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll like lay down on all fours if I need to.
Just for a bit of flavor, it's not like you're not going to be able to, but why don't you give me a strength check as a horse?
Sure. What is the
Because aren't
strength of a
turtles
horse?
like 400 pounds?
They're not super heavy, but they're not light either.
Maybe I'm thinking of Earth Genasi.
I mean, they are on the heavier side, so.
Yeah.
Strength. Okay. So
It's more see like how tired does this journey make you?
D20 plus 3. 7.
Ooh. Takes a second, get up, but you find your footing. Make your way over with Aatrox atop. Oh, hello, friends. This one seems to be a new friend, but another turtle. Hello there. Two new friends.
I just kind of nod, like the horse nods
yes,
along, like, yep,
hello,
new friend.
I mean, we invited a couple more people. I mean, we invited Tigger, our turtle friend here, to help us with the communion, and then we found Dorina, who decided to follow us out here, but decided that she might be of some use as well.
Okay, all right. I believe, if I remember correctly, there should be a river a bit more west. They kind of like do the hand over the eyes to like make sure the sun isn't in their eyes. Like, oh, you can just see it over that way. If we follow that river back up towards the mountain, there's a nice waterfall. That should be a nice scenic place to do
That
this.
sounds beautiful.
Yeah, let me finish packing this up.
And
All my things away.
Aatrox is
and
just gonna keep
Aatrox,
sitting
did
atop you.
kind of want to fill us in
So-
on the kind of what we will be doing in this communion? What kind of like ritual we will need to prepare for?
Well, I have one of the more important ingredients. Holds up a vial of what just looks like water. Uh, I had to prepare holy water over the last day for this. It's called a commune. We'll be able to ask the Wild Mother 3 questions, but they must be yes or no answers. This is very important.
Hmm.
Normally, this spell would be a bit above my capabilities, but with all these friends here, I think we should have no problem.
So we're doing that mechanic.
I didn't think about it till last time, but it's a
It's a
level
high
5
level
spell.
Yeah, it's a high level spell.
Well, I know what I have as a question, but I do not want to take up all of our resources as a group. Is there anything that anybody would like to know?
I mean, I'm just here to help you, Houdini. So if you want to use another question, like I don't have any questions specifically. I'm just hoping that like I beacon out, to like my patron, and then they're like, "Oh, there she is."
So
Mm.
have we gotten to the river yet?
You
He
guys
was
are probably
saying he was
making your
saying that
way
to
at this
Aatrox
point
as well, because
after having cleaned up camp.
Like
'Cause-
Aatrox hasn't been able to communicate to his god for 8 years. So, any questions? Any
She can wait.
questions that Aatrox may have?
What's another 8 years, right?
No, I was just curious because once we get to the site, I'm probably gonna drop Wild Shape.
Yeah. I imagine with 2 hours, you guys should be able to make it to the site. No problems. Unfortunately, I feel like some of my questions aren't exactly yes or no answers. Maybe I'll think of one on the journey.
What is this?
What's the
what is
question
this,
you have, Houdini?
evil and this danger that my dreams are trying to warn me of?
That's the toughie because like doesn't have to be yes or no.
And
You see
that's why
Aatrox,
I will
like,
need
nod.
help
Like, yep,
figuring out
yep.
how to phrase in such a way that I can get a yes or a no.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, if we want to talk a little bit out of character for this, as you guys narratively make your journey to the waterfall.
I have a potential question that Dorina might ask, but
Yeah, let's just, if you have something, throw it out there.
it's not particularly like super useful. But she'd maybe ask if like the wild mother was essentially of her like bloodline. Like, is Dorina a descendant of like the wild mother in some way or related?
So we just getting super direct with it. I see.
It's a yes or no question. It's one god that she can eliminate from the multitudes of gods that there are.
No, you're not. You're not wrong. That is a yes or no question. Just was not really expecting that direct of a question.
Like that's the only thing I can think of that Dorina would even consider, and even that I don't even know if she would go that far.
Yeah, and I mean, as players, if we want to split it that way, like you could each ask a question.
Well, like from Dryas' perspective, the point of this was to help figure out what was going on with Houdini's thing. So she would suggest that, like the way to make it equal is that the cleric asks if the wild mother has been blocked from communicating with him while he's resided in this city, and then I would assume that's going to be a yes, like just is the guess, right? So then that kind of gets
But
in.
yeah, getting a hard confirmation on that.
Hmm. And then we can ask, with the second question, we can ask, is the thing that's causing this block with higher level powers related to the imminent danger that Houdini dreamed about?
All of Darina's questions would be rather selfish. Because the other question that she might ask is if her, with communication being blocked, in some capacity, not necessarily her return, or does her like memory loss have to deal with, like, are the events essentially related? Would be another one of her potential questions. Like, does her amnesia coincide with the communication being blocked?
Okay.
That would be another one of her potential questions. But again, a very selfish question that doesn't really, and ultimately she would, the actual cleric would probably let him ask the majority of the questions. She wouldn't want to take that away from him. Because again, she's not a monster, guys. Jeez. She's a little sketchy, but she's not a monster.
Dryas being gaslit in her defense.
Nobody's
and,
communicating
like,
anything to Houdini. He's just going off of weird shit that everybody keeps saying.
Everybody's acting weird, and Houdini's just trying to get everyone to get along.
Grant's acting the same as always. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Grant is he's having a good day.
That's true. Honestly, Grant's probably the least suspicious, which is
And
shocking.
Dirk's been weird ever since he got the horse, so that guy's impossible to read.
He's on his own arc now.
He's a horse girl now. Leave
It's
him
like
alone.
he's like Gonzo with his chicken.
Yeah, a little bit.
On my own hand.
Hand on horse.
So she doesn't run away.
Are there any other questions anyone can think of? I think we've got like 4 right now.
Well, what does Houdini think of what Dryad proposed with those 2 questions? Is there a third
He likes
he could even think of,
he
like,
likes
to
what she's
follow up on
proposed
that
so
better? What does
far.
he think about what she proposed so far?
Then I can't think of a third question right now, but I probably could if given more time.
Well, what would you want to ask about, you know?
The Earth's really
put
flat.
these down for now.
Yeah, there's that potential question if her amnesia is related to the loss in communication. Would be her other potential question. But I don't know if she would like ask the group those things. You know, I don't know if she would like vocalize that. Those are just potential things like out of game. If she is offered a question, then
Crap,
those are
what
just
was
some of
the
the ones.
what was the question you proposed for Aatrox? It was if the danger is related to the blockage.
That's the second question. Aatrox's question would be if he's been cut off from communication with the Wild Mother while he resided in the city. Like, was that happening, or was she, like, ignoring him for whatever godly reason? You know, like, confirmation of that. But, I mean, maybe once he gets here, Aatrox will have other questions that we don't anticipate that we might like. Like, how forthcoming are we going to be with our purpose? Like, I feel like Houdini hasn't really been holding his cards close to his chest. So he already knows that you've been cut off or like you had that dream and then you got cut off, and that's why you're approaching him, and then he admits that he's been unable to communicate with his god for 8 years. So
Then I like, and
he seems
so
to know
asking if the
everything.
blockage is related to potential danger, and I think the only other question that Houdini could ask is, like, do we know where the danger's coming from?
But we don't, right? Don't we have the
If
answer to that question? Am I misunderstanding it?
I guess maybe the phrasing would be if the wild mother knows specifically what the danger is.
But that doesn't really tell
But
us
yeah, that
anything, even if she says yes.
yeah, it's like even with a yes, it's like that still it gives us nothing.
So, like, have we encountered the imminent danger?
Oh, that's a good one.
Is the imminent danger
Yeah,
in the
is it
city?
coming from within the house? That's what I was trying to get at.
Mm. Oh, I see.
The call coming from inside the house.
The call's inside the house.
Potential question. I don't know if it would be out of pocket, but for Darina's sake, now that she's thinking about it, and after being like questioned like about Alexi, she's probably not like doubting Alexi, but a question she could maybe ask is if she should trust Alexi. Like, or not necessarily should, but can. Like, can Alexi be trusted? That's one thing that, because as she gets like more involved with the apprenticeship, especially after everything that happened yesterday, because actually that's not a horrible thing, because she was concerned that Alexi may go off and try and like do some crazy shit and turn themselves Niffin. So
what if the question is it a good idea to trust Alexi?
yeah, we could. I think that's along the same like
I think that
similar
if
Right.
vein as
what
can
Like
the
we?
the
exact
phrasing.
question,
Yeah.
Houdini's question is going to be: is the danger that the flame warned me about already in the city?
Why don't you three react to what your vote would be since I posted them up there?
Well, ultimately,
Is something in Discord?
Yeah, I put up all the questions on Discord, so you could like add
ultimately,
a little
Dar-
reaction.
Darina would let Aatrox have first go. So it's one of those like both of the Aatrox questions would be like the main. But like out of character, the Alexi trusting question is probably like if she were to get one, that might be the one she would ask. Because I don't know if she'd be as just so bold as to be like, "Am I related to you?" Like,
It,
I don't think she'd be that bold.
if
So
there
wait, how many
were,
votes do we have?
I think you voted twice.
We have 3 questions. Oh, I voted twice.
But also those two questions are like somewhat similar.
Yeah, that's I just put
So-
both of mine for Aatrox because it's like whatever those are, that would be like. Aatrox definitely gets a question, and if he's got more than one, then
I guess pulling back the curtain a little bit, I since there are three of you, I really do want you guys to like have your questions, but I do really like that you guys are wanting to give Aatrox an answer.
it's his god. Like literally, he came to them and we're like, "Hey, yo, can you help?" And then it's like, "Yeah, we're gonna use all of your questions. Thanks, bye." Like,
That's why I partly like did the phrasing of like, well, my questions wouldn't exactly be a yes or no, but if y'all want to do it, then that's
oh,
what that's your decision as players.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, but I don't know. I feel like it's more informative to ask if his god has been obstructed this whole time because he's been here the longest. So that kind of tells you a bit more about what we're dealing with as opposed to someone who's been blocking and cut off communication for like a month or whatever.
Right.
So it does seem like you guys want to give one question to Aatrox for asking if the blockage is related to being in the city or potentially the danger that Houdini was warned about.
Yeah. I don't hate the Alexi question because Darina would be coming at it definitely more from a side of like concerning and not a sign of mistrusting. Because like, especially at the end of the ritual that she had did on the previous day, they were like talking about like I think I know a way to bring him back, and it was like, bruh, that sounds like some stuff that'll get you like, that sounds like the exact thing that'll get you to go Niffin, and she made that comment like, I don't know who can help you because it's definitely not me, like. So that would be more where she's coming at it from as far as that question. Not necessarily a sign coming at it as from suspicion, but more as a like, I'm kind of worried about this guy. Like,
I get where Darina's coming from, partly because you don't have any of this other information that the other members have.
Yeah, exactly. That's where.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what's our other two questions? I think I'm gonna lean more with Aatrox's towards the confirming if the blockage is related to the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Houdini
just because the other one is
wants his
a little
question
vague,
to be
in my opinion.
along the lines of, was the dream that he had from the flame about the imminent danger coming from within the city? Yeah.
You're leaning towards this one right here. Last question. And also, I do love narratively if you want to do it, Darina. If Darina is actually participating in the communion, if you like you blurt out the last question. If you want to have a selfish one. I think that would be funny narratively, but I also, your choices.
Well, it would be more of like, as far as like if we're talking about like, she would maybe say that she might have a question, but I don't know if she would say what that question is to everyone else. So that's right. I don't know if she would say out loud beforehand. But if she's allowed to ask, then she'd probably ask one of hers. And probably the Alexi one.
So maybe just slightly popping back into character narratively. You guys are getting close to the waterfall now. You can kind of hear the water off in the distance. You guys have kind of landed on these two questions. Does Darina speak up?
If a question like hasn't been chosen, she'd probably once she shifted out of a horse.
Yeah. Maybe at this point you guys can actually like see the waterfalls, and you're that 4, you're really wiped at this point. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, I gotta stop.
Yeah, I'd probably stop, like shake off Aatrox, and then I would shift back, and then just kind of breathing a little heavier. I could maybe have a question, but
Well, I mean, I could
it's
always
only
come
if
up with
no one
another
else
one. There's
has any others to ask.
kind of leading following question that I could ask after. But if you have something that you wish to know the answer to, please feel free.
If you want to leave that until we actually do it, you can, or you can react with a heart to this final question that Darina has. Or if it's not up there and you've thought of something else, type it in. Also, with the party, with that question, are we leaning towards has the party encountered the danger, or is it residing in the city?
Hmm.
I almost that's tough. I think
Yeah, because that's kind of
in
2 questions in one
yeah,
there. So
yeah, that is tough, because like if you say it's in the city, then at least we have a location. Like, not that you know we haven't had a location.
We're
But the
fine.
city's a big city. If we ask if we've encountered it, and the answer is no, then
Yeah, we got.
yeah, like like what do we get out of that? Like, no answer. So, but if the answer is yes, then it's like, oh fuck, like
something to go
it's still
off
vague,
of.
but even more worrisome.
yeah, exactly. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, like what if we ask the more vague one first, and then like maybe hopefully it's like a yes. Well, I mean, I guess that's what we're hoping for, because then we'd at least know. But like, and then in a couple more days we just like do this again and
I
ask more
don't know
questions.
if Aatrox will be able to
Yes,
gather all
abuse
the
the
supplies
gods.
to be able to do another communion ceremony. Quite some time.
We'll say at this
Some
point, you guys have made it to like a nice little flat area near the waterfall. Aatrox has started drawing up a circle for you all to sit in. I don't know if any of you would know Druidic.
bruh.
He's a
Bruh.
druid.
I'm a
Oh wait,
druid.
yeah. Never mind.
I don't know. You play like something else. Like, you know how I
Yeah,
feel like a
you
druid, but I'm
don't
not.
you don't feel like a druid though, so it's like
I get it.
as you
I
came out of
understand.
shapeshift, but yeah, or wild shape.
Yeah, to be fair, she hasn't wild shaped too many times. It's not usually her cup of tea, but she also understands there's a use for it sometimes.
There is it's almost like a mix though, which you would also know, of druidic and celestial. So
It's almost like I made a complicated character with the with the conflict of essentially celestial versus nature. Like, yeah, there's man versus God, man versus nature, or you could just have God versus nature. You know.
why can't it?
¿Por qué no
No
los
quiero
dos?
los dos. Is that how you say it?
I have no idea.
¿Por qué no los dos?
¿Por qué no estos?
I don't know either.
Why not both?
I don't even know what I said first.
I don't know. I don't know Spanish. I'm not claiming that.
But I don't even remember what I was gonna say before we got. There was something. He was setting up the ritual.
Yeah, he's setting up the ritual. It's got some druidic
Oh, that's what it was.
and
You were
celestial components. And then there'd be like a like middle little pond sort of, or like divot that he makes. And then on each side of it, like left and right, there's a symbol that you would recognize as like yes or no, you know. Right
Gotcha.
side being yes, left side being no.
Okay.
And then he'd just go to a nearby bush or tree, pluck a nice leaf that's got like a single point on it, and just be like, when you are ready, I'll put the water inside the circle, and we can begin. As he starts putting some little incense around the circle.
So what is our last question going to be then?
Isn't it your question?
If it, I suppose if it can be, if everyone else is at least getting something.
I mean, there's 4 of us, so we can't all get something. But it's fine because like I wanted to ask like what they're asking anyway. So
Then if everyone else is okay with it, then I might have an idea for a question I could potentially ask.
I'm so curious what you're gonna ask. There's one that I'm really hoping for.
Am I your child?
Mama?
are you my mom?
Legit, that's probably the last one she would ask. But I don't know. I might roll a dice and see.
Oh,
That
if
would
it's
be
up to
fun.
me,
Leave
it's
it up
fine.
to a bit of
Yeah,
chaos.
leave it up to chance. I was
Leave it up to
really
chance.
I was really hoping that you were gonna catch that. So much. I was really hoping.
Chance picked Arena's question. Okay.
So I guess I get the last one. So yeah.
And just to confirm, Dorina is actually participating in it.
Yes, she will participate.
Okay.
I
So,
have methods that I might once it gets started. I have things that I might do.
you would all see in this big circle that Atrox has drawn up on the ground, probably using their walking stick to like carve in the dirt. There would be some smaller circles, 4 of them, one being like sitting right in front of this little divot in the ground where he said he would pour the water. So you would assume like these are the spots where you were supposed to
Plops
sit.
himself down.
Yep.
So choose a circle
Mm-hmm.
as he plops down in the middle.
Yep.
Plop.
Dorina will go to one of them.
Tigger gets inside and then like sets Kiba on the outside and be like, "You stay over there now, okay?" And Atrox would snap their fingers, and each of the incense sitting around the circle would all kind of just very lightly light a flame and then start smoking as they pour the water into this little divot to fill it up. Weirdly, it's not soaking in. Maybe he did something magically. You're not entirely sure. And then he sets the leaf on top of it. It just sort of spins around. I guess I'll ask my question first.
As it gets started, like as we kind of start because you said it's a higher level spell, right? Don't we have to make like a spell casting check or something? If I recall, like the group casting, I assume, is what we're doing.
I was just about to get to that.
Okay. So as we get started, I will go into my dragon constellation.
Oh.
My dragon starry form. That's kind of that same like almost like a wind serpent constellation kind of glows on the star map on my arm.
Oh, Aatrox just lets off a little whistle like, wow.
And then I don't think it'll matter at all, but in the middle where that like spinning leaf is, I would also like to do a healing spirit. And I would just like to have it didn't do the like hold on. Display text. Need the text. So I'm gonna drop a healing spirit just like in the middle.
Kind of floating above it.
Mm-hmm. And the spirit will be let's see, a nature spirit. Let's say it's like almost like a wind, some kind of like air spirit.
As this little spirit appears above the divot in the middle of the circle.
Knowing would I guess a better question, would I know that the Wild Mother is a nature god? Would I at least be aware of that? I guess would be a good.
Well, also, yeah, being a pirate, I imagine
out
maybe
of
not
any
all
of the deities, that's probably one of the ones that.
Yeah, they're not a super religious folk, but like out of probably the two gods that you've heard from pirates, like Wild Mother was one of them that got brought up.
Yeah. Okay. So that's where. Yeah, I will do what I said. Then I don't change any of what I was attempting.
And Aatrox would briefly show you guys like what somatic components, hand gestures to do. I imagine they're pretty simple, nothing too complicated. A lot of this is more the having the right components and everything, and then of course having the magical energy to do it. But you all need to be in sync. And with this being religious based somewhat, I would say you can roll either Arcana or Religion for this.
Fuck. They both suck.
But you've got your dragon form,
I
right?
do.
So you
So,
can't roll below a 9 or something.
I can't roll below a 10. So the lowest I can get is an 11, which isn't great, but so 17. I could have given myself guidance. Yeah, that's a good point. Too late. I already rolled the die.
I guess I should roll for Tigger and Aatrox.
Oh God. Could I give guidance to one of them? I guess Tigger, since me and Tigger kind of had a rapport. He was the first person I came across in the city.
They seem about the same for Tigger. He will take that guidance. It's a D4.
Oh no, it's a D4.
Oh.
He wrote the same I did.
Why don't you give it to Drya?
Sure, yeah.
You guys can see my roll, right?
Yeah.
It's just you add a D4, yeah.
Yeah, you got a 10.
Okay, yeah, because I have those weird broken symbols.
Oh,
Two
nice.
14s and two 17s.
I didn't actually fill it out.
Oh yeah, true. That's too.
all I know.
That's wild. That's wild. Woo!
So because of
if only it was a 14.
because of how many of there you were for
Ooh.
this, we only needed a 12.
Hey.
So this works out perfectly.
Woo.
Nice.
Maybe it takes Drya and Houdini like just a second to kind of like really get the somatic components down. Aatrox, like once you guys get it, it's more just about like getting the timing all together. As you guys all manage to sync up, do the somatic components at the same time. And you see the circle underneath you light up with energy. Okay. Before we start this, I'd like to say thank you, Wild Mother, for gazing upon us. First question. Has me not being able to communicate with you, is that related to the city itself? And you can see the leaf spin around for another like 5 seconds before it hard points to yes. Father in heaven, I beg you. It took all of my energy to not react to that in the middle of what I was saying. Maybe some of you with a bit higher perception or like passive perception would probably almost like see this weight lifted off of Aatrox, like, oh, thank God it's not me. And he just kind of looks at the rest of you. Remember, be careful with your wording.
Is this imminent danger or threat that the flame has warned me of? In the city?
You'd see it spin around for a bit longer, maybe more like 15 seconds. And then it would almost kind of like stop, like pointed up in the middle of them, but then like it's like wiggling towards yes.
I get it. Okay. I think my
Don't know what that
suspicion is probably correct then. Towards yes.
You're
You get the
really
feeling-
quiet.
Yeah,
I was kind of whispering.
You get the feeling that like they think it is, but they're not entirely sure.
It's
Maybe
almost,
that's because of the blockage.
it's almost like maybe where this person isn't actually on the material plane, but you know, that's fine. You know, it's fine. Okay, so I guess you got wiggled towards yes. All right. Rolling 1d3. Does Chance want to leave it to Chance?
You roll that d3.
If not, I'm just gonna roll a d3. Damn, I was really hoping for 1 or 3.
I was if it's the same order as the list, I was hoping for 1.
Yeah. Um. So she'll kind of looking down at like her arm, and as the constellation brightens, she'll kind of look up into the. What's the sky like today?
Probably partly cloudy at this point, but
Okay.
the sunrise is like fully in effect at this point.
Okay.
The nice like orange and yellow or pinks,
I know you said it's kind of cloudy. Are there any god rays? If you know what a god ray is,
I think I know what you're talking about, where you can like see the rays of light, like
poking through the clouds.
yeah,
Yes. Are there any of
yeah.
those?
I think there'd be a little bit of that going on, like
Okay.
as clouds pass over the sun.
Yeah. So she'll kind of
Or
look. She'll kind of look at one of those rays, and then she kind of take a deep breath, and then is does my amnesia, my memory loss, does it coincide with the same blockage that brought Aatrox here to the city?
you'd see the leaf spinning around some again, and then it would point to a hard no.
Okay. She'll kind of almost like was hoping that the answer would be yes. She'll just kind of take a deep breath and just kind of nod after a few moments.
As the light fades from the circle, the incense having suddenly burned up a lot quicker. Maybe none of you really paid attention, but you're like, that incense should have lasted longer. Let me double check. Does it? It doesn't say it consumes it, but I like the idea at this point, once the light starts to fade, then the holy water like seeps into the ground and it gets consumed.
Once it kind of fades, she'll kind of look up for a second and go, I guess sorry, I asked a bit of a selfish question there. It's,
Oh, it's fine. I
had a
just
chance and I
hope
took it.
that
Sorry,
it
it
leads you
wasn't
closer to
useful.
the answers that you are seeking.
They're answers I haven't had in a very long time. I haven't sought them out in years either, so. I was just. Perhaps a small bit of disappointment, but I guess I know that the events are unrelated now. Pretty definitively unrelated.
Did we know you had memory loss? I don't remember.
Um,
That wasn't. I didn't mean to be. Anyway.
I don't think you've ever necessarily brought it up.
I've
I
never
feel
like.
like you've alluded towards it, but
Yes, I've
like
never straight up been like, I don't remember anything, but I have
I have
alluded.
amnesia.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never flat out said it until probably this point. Yeah.
So that's why you don't know your birthday.
You could, you could say that, I suppose.
Well, you picked a new one, so it's fine, right?
And a good one it was. Thanks to all of you. So for that, I must thank you. Again, if I didn't the other night, I was drinking quite a bit.
Oh, this was recently? Well, happy birthday. Belated.
She'll just kind of smile and chuckle and just, yes, it's rather new for myself, honestly. So thanks, I guess. Again, I kind of feel bad that well, I almost feel like I wasted a question there. Not every day do you get to ask a god a question. God, that's weird to
Well-
say out loud.
It was yours to waste. So pat pat.
Well, I guess that's you know. I had a few I thought about asking, but that one felt right in the moment.
Well, and even a no is confirmation of something at least.
It is an answer, even if it may not be the one I was looking for. Thank you, Aatrox.
I mean, thank you all. I mean,
I would offer to give you a horseback ride, but she'll kind of look at her arm as it's still glowing. She's, don't think I'll be able to do that again for a couple hours.
it's okay. I think I got this one. Tigger wild shapes into a riding horse. Because I
Yeah,
forget
I've
that
done that
he's a
before, I
druid.
think.
Yeah, he's also a druid. He's a
For
shepherd
some reason,
druid.
for some reason, I always think he's a fucking cleric, and he's not.
Yeah,
Because you made a cleric.
Yeah, we have a lot of spellcasters in this group, and no tanks, which is why I kind of had to fill that role. I had to be like, well, how do I build a druid into a tank without being a freaking moon druid? And it worked out. I think I did a pretty decent job. I don't have a lot of hit points, but AC is pretty good.
Grant is pretty tanky.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I mean,
But it's just as far as like party composition to go, we have like druid, cleric, warlock, bard, and then monk. Like it's like not what you would expect for but I love it honestly. Anyway, sorry, I didn't.
Who's a monk?
Grant.
Yeah. I
Oh.
really need to pee real quick. I'll still be able to hear as I mute, but does anyone have any last things as the party makes their way back to the city before we wrap up this session?
I
Well,
do not. Yeah. I was gonna say 6 o'clock. I hear in about 10 minutes. I do need to call it. So 6 o'clock seems to be my usual cutoff time. If I ever can run longer, I will definitely let you know. But
Hell yeah.
for the most part, it seems like 6 is pretty gonna be pretty standard.
I couldn't hear any of that.
That's fine.
You fade into like just like
it's
like you went
not,
across the room.
it's not important. Yeah, sometimes my mic doesn't pick up. Like if I'm not talking like loudly, it'll just like die down. And I also tend to talk in a lower register, and so my mic also will just be like, "Oh, we're not going to pick that up because it's too low." And I'm like, "Oh, great, all right." So,
He's mostly just commenting that this is about a good time to wrap up, and
yeah, more or less.
hopefully someday he could go longer.
Yeah, more
Does
or less.
anyone
Yeah.
else
No,
have
nothing
anything?
from Houdini.
Dry does it.
No, Dorina does not.
Think
Really
so.
wish.
Grant will have food ready when y'all get back.
Whoop whoop.
Chance, roll a d3. I want to see what would have happened. If it's a 2, then it's meant to be.
I really hope it's a fucking 1. I wanted that to be your question so bad.
Oh no.
But it also makes sense that like
I
Dorina
don't have a
probably wouldn't be
D3
that
Yeah.
direct.
No, she's not like she's not that bold of a person. No, you have to type it. You have to /roll d1d3.
Oh yeah, if you go to the advanced dice roll,
Oh, is there one
I
down there?
think you can.
Nope.
Oh no! How did you do a D3? What?
You just type it in, and you just hit /roll,
Oh,
and then 1d3.
in the chat. I didn't
Yeah.
know. It okay.
You can also do a 1d5.
It's
I
a
would have been.
one. It's a 1.
Look, the next 3, there was even a d5, and I still rolled a 1.
3 1s. You should have
it.
asked.
It's too late.
Is it roll slash
No, slash roll.
roll?
And then you do space and then like 1d whatever.
Well,
'Cause you
that'll
can
be
also
so nice because we have a couple things in like other campaigns that are a D3 roll. So
Yep.
oh
So-
wow.
Yeah, so you can do like D100s that way. You can also
I
do
didn't-
like slash roll. That's how I did the weasel earlier. The stealth they have a plus, so I just did 1d20 plus 5.
Oh, and that I never knew you could do that. That is so nifty.
Yeah. You can do it all manually.
I mean, it makes sense. Like I feel kind of stupid now.
You can also, if you want to do get even fancier with it, let me see if I can do this right. Oh, it didn't work. Hold on. Maybe it's double brackets.
I guess we can go ahead and kick Craig out. Thanks for listening again, Craig. Love you,
There
we go.
buddy.
So if you look here, it rolled for rolling stats.